Was good. Was good, Zen. Bumping some Blink 182. Aliens exist. Oh fuck! 1 second. 1 second. 1 second.
Weren't sure about where M80 was going to land anymore. There was a lot of hopes for their old roster, and into the new one, they didn't look that great at first, but they gave Net a little bit of time, and that's all that was needed for them to look probably at their literal best they ever have.
And speaking of hopes, Keg, one player in particular who wants to make a return to Ascension in partnership and is sounding very confident about his chances is Net.
Yeah, I mean, look, the quote speaks for itself. Net, he was there in the beginning for a little bit. He's gone back to M80. I'm glad he at least found a home again, somewhere within a very competitive side of Valorant. I've been watching Net since the beginning of Valorant time, and he's always been one of my favorite Senti players to watch. And him finding a home in M80 is great, but Lemon, I really wanted to see him back in partnerships.
I think it's super rewarding as well if you're Net in this position to, you know, not only be kicked off a team that had so much reputation because of whatever had happened, you know, at that time. I remember there was this big dispute. G2, a lot of the players finding homes, and obviously Net being put into a position where now they have to fight back for that. So right now it's very rewarding, but it's still not over, right? There's still this big battle of, will I make it? Oh my gosh, like I really want to fight hard for this. And I guess that's why M80, you know, great that they welcomed Net with open arms and gave them the opportunity to be in this position in the first place, because it's great. Net, such a great addition to M80, obviously proven themselves to be that Sentinel player that can fill that role. So it's good for M80. I think they have such a good chance moving forward.
Yeah, and I mean, the sad thing is that Net's not on G2 anymore, but if you're a big G2 enjoyer, like, the good timeline would be them finding a lot of success at champs, and then M80 making partnerships too, right? It's the best of both worlds for all the players that once were and are now on separate teams. That's what you're really aiming for.
Yeah, they're aiming for the top, and you saw in Net's quote how he has a lot of trust in his team, and they also really trust him. And how can you not trust someone like Net with the stats that he puts up? Keg, you pointed out just how valuable his Sentinel play is, how consistent it has been, and then a 50% clutch factor. Like, okay,
The vibe lights on.
Yeah, no, Net is
All right, what's good? What's
absolutely
good?
wild when it comes to the Senti roles. You know, it's definitely not the most
We are
flashy
here.
role in the world, but you've seen historically so many amazing players that have been the glue for legendary teams because of their Sentinel abilities.
Ooh, what's good,
One thing
Bridges?
that was desperately missing
Today's
from
the day,
M80
today's the
before
day.
they brought in Net was a lot
Let's
of calling
fucking go.
in their defensive sides. But as soon
Huge
as Net
day.
came in, he was one of those primary
Stand
callers
stream,
for how to
for
set up
sure.
the big picture scenario for that defense.
Oof.
He was able to add that, again, the glue back together.
I'm
that
so nervous, dude. I'm so nervous. I think today I'd rather watch by myself, dude. Like, I think I'd rather watch by myself. I'm not gonna lie. I'm scared something's gonna go wrong here, you know? Whew. Oh, shit. Good luck out there, Parker.
As a
Luck out
total,
there.
M80, when you're looking at their match
All right.
history, they have not lost that many games. I believe it's 2 series, sorry, out of 8 throughout the whole entire series 2. So yeah, the first 2, it was a little rocky. It was quite difficult to see whether or not Net would be, you know, that player that could really fill that role. But with a new team, with a new player comes new dynamics, comes new comfort, and I think overall, like, people get really impatient, right? And that's the biggest issue, is like, just wait and see, because Net is a spectacular player, and we've been able to see that throughout M80, throughout the whole entire season, throughout the wins that they've been able to get. Now, obviously, coming up into this position now.
Yeah, and I think one thing a lot of people tend to not realize, because it's not an active stat in the server that you can see online, is that when M80 made their player swaps, they had to, like you said, Gompers, they had to change everything. They had to get a brand new IGL. They had to find a new co-IGL. All the roles internally, at least in terms of calling, had to change from M80. And if you watch those old VODs of when they had their old roster to now, you're going to see a complete difference in traction of how they attack different sites and how fast their executes have become. For Moist, they've had time to gel with the same calling structures, with the same players for a very, very long time. They still need to be the ones that keep up.
And you saw in those stats, I know it's a lot of numbers and we're out of school right now, but
Yeah.
the most important things we wanted to point out was the improvement of the defense, because when you have a comfortable Sentinel player that can really hold down a site by themselves, you saw like at least a 30% improvement in the defensive round wins for M80, on top of pistol rounds, which are a lot about team play, and as everyone is gelled together, you saw at least a 30% improvement rate for M80 in that regard. But they are going up against a team that doesn't just want to get Ascension, but demand to get into Ascension. Moist Shopify are on their redemption arc and hope to return to their peak from last stage.
Pull up.
They want it bad. And that's the case for everyone, I'd say, but they have been that team that since Series 1, honestly, everyone was like, this team is crazy, absolutely incredible, unbeatable. And obviously, over time, everybody has been improving. Everybody has been fighting for that Ascension spot. And I think this team, they've been the one that has been the most consistent throughout. Yeah, they've had their ups and downs, but now really is the testament for that. It's the test against M80, right? The two teams that everyone was like, wow, this is crazy. They're the best teams within challengers, whatnot. Alongside obviously Ox.
Getting the bracket. Uh-oh, I might cut out.
Oh, we lost Gompers for a second. She was yapping, and then her internet just had to cut her out. But Keg,
they had to silence Gompers. She say too much.
She's enough. She's enough. We had to take her out. But Keg, I mean, we could go on all day about how great this team is, and especially even KoalaNoob. Like, he wants this result from last Ascension to be different, where they missed out on one match.
Yeah, no, I mean, you know, I think the big thing to look at the upper bracket of this, right, is that, yes, both these teams have been great so far over the last few weeks, but if you go back to even, like, let's pick our day, right? End of May, there's a really good chance you would have seen a lot of criticism about both these teams online.
On chat now.
Moist, they were having a really rocky beginning at times too in stage 1. M80, they were looking a little slow. One of their best maps, Icebox, was one of their less great maps overall. But big turnarounds overall here, Lemon, and I'm very excited to see, probably the best iteration of both these teams we've seen.
I honestly think at this point it's probably preference. It's not that different. It's just I was slow to upgrade. I think 11 was a little bit buggy a while back. I think at this point though, it's like it's fine. All of the apps you use are like compatible.
They kill it, and it's interesting. I'm hoping we do get to see like some interesting maps for Mata. It was a bit, I'm not going to say out of comfort, because Reyna's probably,
we don't have maps yet,
probably really exciting to play for Mata, but I like Icebox, right? Interesting duelist trends that we've been seeing within Icebox and maybe Ascent, right? Or Lotus with
Mata's
Neon,
been
and et cetera, et cetera. I'm looking
guys.
forward to seeing Mata play again. I think here especially,
that's exactly what I do, good guy Greg. It took me forever to go from I actually went straight from Windows 7 to 10. Like, I skipped 8, and I was on 7 for a long fucking time, and I was on XP for a long time before 7. Like, I'm just slow to move up because I just feel like every time I'm fucking like listening to people when they make that transition, they always have problems. They like always have problems. So I'm like, I don't give a fuck, dude. I don't give a fuck about like which version of Windows I'm running for the most part. Like, it's
I hope so too.
I just don't want to run into problems,
have some
you know?
stats on like maybe the
XP
best
wasn't
maps and
good.
stuff.
Actually, XP wasn't good.
We're just gonna wait for the map select to pop up. Oh, there we go. There are the map stats. So, Keg, break this down to me. We have Ascent, Icebox, Lotus, Split,
M80,
and Sunset,
5
some
and
of the
3
more
on
popular
Ascent.
maps these two teams have played.
Ooh, we're
so
gonna get some
Moist,
Icebox
their final
chat.
map a lot of the time has been Sunset. If I'm them, I don't want to go there.
Obviously,
I haven't won
Split's out
that
of the
map
pool.
at all so far this split. Definitely not where you want to go. But overall, in terms of every other map, I feel pretty comfortable going to anywhere else in the map pool. You have a lot of capabilities of setting new strats. This is the time where you're not wanting to save strats. You really want to win this over M80 or vice versa. But also on top of that too, both these teams having a relatively similar map scoreline, right? You have a lot of opportunities to anti-strat each other. We could see a lot of brand new things. Let's say, hypothetically, Icebox does happen. We could see the Reyna.
Okay.
I'm wondering.
While they speculate about these maps, chat, let's talk about stakes here. Let's talk about where we are. We are in the upper finals here. These are the Challenger playoffs. I literally have nerd chills right now because, like, this is what we've been waiting for all fucking year. And it's here. The team actually made it to the upper finals. Like, they actually made it to the place where if you were to ask them what their goal was ahead of, like, actually qualifying, it would be to be here, right here. This is what their goal would be. Like, especially with 2-0s, 2-0s. Like, they probably would have said this exact thing, right? So this is a super important spot that they're in, and by no means does it mean that they're like in, right? And I showed this last time on my stream, but for those of you that supported the Moist squad like back in the day, you'll remember they were here before. Like, they were here last year. They were here last year. And you know, like, everyone thought that the team looked fantastic. Everyone thought they were going to be, like, a team that qualified through. I don't know what just happened to my big pen. Where did it go? Oh, it's over there. I am still very apprehensive. I'm scared. I'm scared because this could very well happen all over again. And then that would send them here. Except, obviously, the guard isn't here today. This is TSM today, but Oxygen is still here, and Oxygen is way better. So, like, this would be a best of 5 potentially against Oxygen if we lose this. And that sounds awful. That sounds terrible. Okay, Lotus, Icebox, Sunset. Whoever said that in chat, good shout. I don't know if you're a knower. I feel like you're a knower. Whoever that chatter was.
Other teams on that previous footage could be outdated. This is going to be one of the more wilder and more unpredictable.
I mean, like, even though, like, if the team loses this game, they're still in it, right? They're just dropping right here, right? Whoever loses is dropping right here, and they'll be playing the winner of this game, which is right after. I don't fucking care, dude. Like, after seeing this last year, what happened to them? Losing 5 straight maps. I mean, it's coin flips at that point. Like, when you're in these final 3, it's like the guard, M80, and Moist. Like, those teams are so fucking close. You throw Oxygen in last year. Fuck it. All 4 of them. They're so fucking close. This year, I feel like these 3 are super close. And I would have thrown Turtle Troop in there, but Oxygen already knocked them out. So it's a little bit easier, I guess, in that regard. But honestly, one of them would have knocked out the other one anyways. It doesn't really fucking matter. You know, 2 out of 3 qualifying and you're in the driver's seat seems like a good spot, but you don't like playing Oxygen in a best of 5. Like, no matter what, like, you don't want to play Oxygen as best of 5. Not saying we can't beat them. It's like, why would you do that? Mata, though, tearing it the fuck up. Look at this shit, dude. Let's get some playoff stats here. Let's do this. Sheesh, dude. Holy fuck, dude. He's 50 ACS above the next highest, which is 7. That's insane. He is in some fucking nutty ass form right now. He's really topping everything. Obviously not cast, but I don't think he will. Wait. What did I lose just now? I lost the stat I was looking for. I was going to go to first go run. Jesus, dude. Mata is seriously on fucking fire. His ratio of first kills to first deaths is fantastic. All right.
Where the teleports are going to be coming in from, you've already lost a lot of value off of that Yoru. The only thing you can rely on from there is his dimensional drift, and that only comes out every few rounds.
So I think TSM could beat Oxygen. Oof. I think I would have TSM as heavy underdogs in that game. I mean, I don't know about how you guys feel, chat, but, like, I don't consider them in, like, the same ballpark at this point. Like, maybe at the start of the year I might have given them, like, a chance there. But, dude, TSM would really have to have a great day, and I think Oxygen would have to be playing, like, a B or C level game. You know, like, that's what I think is necessary. Do I think they could do it? Yeah, like, in that scenario. Like, they're going to have to be playing their best series, though. They're going to have to bring their A game today. And Oxygen might have to be like feeling the heat, like maybe choke a couple rounds. I think that TSM has the players to do it though. Like they have highly skilled players that are really knowledgeable at mid-rounding, and like you could easily see that mix winning some clutches and fucking switching the whole game around, right? Second those clutches, like a 1-on-3 happens on like round 5. Ooh. Like if you get a 1-on-3 on like round 5 after you win pistol, holy fuck. And like shit like that can happen. And it happens all the time.
3-map thing? 3-site map. Hello? I think it should work with that slow pace.
Well, our agent select
Fair
is
enough.
ready. Let's take a look, because Keg, I'm especially excited to see if M80 are gonna rerun the deadlock, the fade, the sage,
All right,
and that's what we're getting.
keeping the same. They're keeping the
That is
same.
a very
All right.
heavy call from M80.
All right,
Those
all right.
defense rounds absolutely need to count.
They picked this shit. They've been running it. No duelist, triple Senti. Looking like fucking Frankenstein out here. The ugliest fucking Frankenstein you've ever seen.
It's like, okay, there's no surprise to that, but I think this is such a great shutoff from Mata, because now you're going to force Mata to use his blast packs, especially with KoalaNoob's wall, maybe even Nismo's walls as well. This is like as bad as it gets to, okay, the defense hold's going to be great, but how are they going to handle that on the attack is pretty much my main concern.
Well, a lot of concerns, a lot of hopes, but only one of these teams can make Ascension our upper finals of challengers. So let's get into the game, and I'm going to send it over to our casters, Uber and Wyatt.
Thank you very much, Jen, and great to hear from the desk here, because Wyatt, like has been clearly established, there are a huge amount of stakes on this game. And in fact,
Chat.
for many of these players, the most important
Let Don
game
know
they've
who we're
played
rooting for.
all year.
For M80,
We need the
they're just
meter
trying to
going.
get back to
We need
Ascension.
the
They
meter
made
going.
it last year, came up just
Yes!
short because
Uber
of
Wyatt!
their now
Let's fucking
teammate
go!
Net playing with the guard
Yeah!
at the time. He's joined up with them. He's trying to run it back. And this time, they're actually trying to qualify for
River is so
partnership.
good.
And the way they've been playing recently, they're now making me believe that they can do it. They have gotten so much
Oh my
better
god.
as these weeks have gone on in stage 2. It was slow to start, but I think Net has
Skibbity
really
Wyatt
integrated himself
Rizzler.
into this roster well.
Yeah, I mean, they are looking
All right.
incredible, and M80
Let's go,
are a
chat.
team
Let's
that
go,
are
let's go.
afraid to
It's a
try
big day.
something a
Oh
little
my
bit
God.
different. This is a great
Holy
example
fuck, I
of
can't
that.
believe the day is
No,
here. I
it's not the
cannot
first time
believe
we've
it.
seen this triple Sentinel composition
fuck. How's
for
volume?
M80.
How's volume?
And in fact, they
43
obviously
right
tried
now.
to
Give me a
roll it out,
number.
not so long ago
Okay.
in that, very, very important
What?
matchup
Okay.
against Oxygen, which
See
didn't quite
barrier
go their way,
play.
but it was a very
Cypher
close
gonna
affair.
probably cage
They're gonna be
this,
starting
cam
on the
the
attack
wall.
side here now,
See
though,
the
so
cage?
they have a chance
Yeah, it
to
does. All right.
show off how
Yeah,
fearsome
that's
this
what
setup looks
Cypher's
in the post
doing.
plant.
They're doing nothing over by A at the
In that game
start.
against
We're gonna
Oxygen,
open the
starting on
door and we're gonna
defense,
sneak a
it was
cam in
situation
right
in which
here.
They just went down by so much
Seen
that
Cypher's
even
do
though
this a
you're
lot,
making a
that's why I
comeback
know.
happen,
We're gonna hide this
trying
Viper
to
here
actually
and bait for
make the comeback a reality
Solo
is
raise.
so difficult
Solo raise
in
C is
this game
tricky.
with
You would always
ultimates,
think that there's a
etc.
second here,
But now that they're starting
especially
attack,
on a
their
mark like
favored
that.
side,
You would
we'll see if
expect
they
this
can just
raise
get
to
off
have
a really strong
2,
lead.
maybe 3 people,
Right?
right?
Confident enough there to
So
actually
you could see
break
what
the
it's
horn
done to them.
over towards
And
Mount.
that's that cam. Wow,
They're still
I can't believe I
implying
called the
maybe a
cam.
player
It's like I'm
pushed
fucking
up.
designing the shots,
Only
but I
now
swear to
M80
God, I had
throwing
no
the
idea.
counter one way to try and at least keep Mata in place. And they're creeping up over here towards A.
Trying to work off a little bit of the space the Net had gotten, but after that jump spot, Koala's going to put the wall down, and the attack is going to come in fast.
Yeah, Tree gonna get a little hot and heavy here. Vic taking contact,
close.
already brought Xander down, but it ends up being a 1-for-1. Odorous here more than
Oh,
happy
yeah.
to challenge
Oh,
on the
yeah.
side, and that's
Oh,
a
yeah.
beautiful swing.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
he's caught inside.
Oh yeah! Oh, give it to him! The Goderus! The Goderus is here.
That's a
Oh,
beautiful start for
fuck.
XS on a half. They really need to stack some rounds up.
Oh, well done. Some lovely anchoring from Odorous, the once coach for this squad, now player as of this year. Going to have to be consistently
God.
playing like this, hitting shots like this to prove why he's in this position. It's definitely been the lightning rod of some
Imagine
criticism from
Goderus. Young
community,
MXS
viewers of
Goderus.
challengers, some MXS fans, has not always been performing at his best this year, but hot way to start for him.
In the past, he was a Viper player on this map. His role has changed a little bit here on MXS.
All right, there's that cam again.
Once more, Odorous wants to come
Over
forward and
from
get the
B.
cam set up.
And we're back to like a
Over
base
towards
setup,
Rubble.
right? I like this.
He does
I
get
mean,
that
we
for
went with
free,
a very
Zayner. Had
tricky
hope.
pistol, and look, this is more
some
standard,
pressure
right?
down.
Having the raise have like a little bit
One
of
flick of this cam
a
is gonna
helper
tell
here,
all.
the one way, someone to break the haunt,
Quick
playing a little
jiggle
passive
spots
here,
out everybody.
haunt over towards A. This is
It's a
standard.
little bit of a risk re-swinging, but not
Oh,
too much of a severe one. It is only classics on the M80 side right now.
careful.
Good boy, going to catch one up there on the side, but it's going to be a haunt for an out to the left-hand side again.
I forgot where the fucking goats.
Literally the same
I
spot
forgot where
here.
the fucking
Able to
goats.
find
Oh
two
my
from drop.
god.
And Flyer held his ground as well. That's MXS finding those 2 rounds. Such an important pistol to get on the defense side
Let's go.
of Lotus.
Let's fucking go.
Attacker-sided map for sure. Odorous started getting very close to that ultimate now as well. Matter of fact, he's already got it. That is pretty wild. Pure bonus for MXS. They've basically been
Yo,
dealt no
wait,
damage
Odorous want to
last
take the
round.
hat off just like me
Fly
today?
lost in
Oh
armor.
fuck, dude. He's on a race to take the hat off.
All right. MXS here with that lead, and of course, like you said, a pure bonus. A great opportunity to start to build that bank a little bit more.
He just straight picked
Otoshima
him?
this time. A little bit of an ill-fated start to the round.
Was he jump spotting?
Just swinging a little bit too wide over towards Mound and was
Oh,
punished.
no.
Now crept up a long way. Flyer goes to check it here. M80 a great start here now on a gun round. They must win.
We'll never
Final
get back in here with
thrown
triple
up, and of course, you
senti.
can take that cheeky little position on top as KoalaNoob. And we are going to set up that post-plant utility already. There's still, of course, that presence over towards Waterfall to be accounted for, though.
This barrier orb that you're seeing from Koala that he just scaled into topside off of, you will see over and over when it comes to
It
the
is
M80
impossible to hit
site
Ludwig.
MXS.
I will say that.
Mixing up
This guy, the guy has a
sometimes,
heart of
will they
gold.
be
and
swinging
crazy
top
work
of wall? Will
ethic.
they just be
Does
using
so
it
much
as
cool shit.
protection to
How-
cross?
Wait, if he saw him, how was that not a kill?
Conditioning MXS a bit, keeping them worried, keeping
Oh,
them
we'll
aware
see that little
that
ponytail.
it could be swung from that angle at any time. Nice way to mix things up.
Great slow orb on top of Marta. You were stunned up as well. And at least bring the horn down in a very vulnerable position, but Brock's able to help him out from the other side of the site.
Oh
He
my
comes,
god.
Marta charges
Oh my
forward.
god.
He actually ran into the Sonic
3v3
sensor,
somehow.
and
What
this
the
one also able
fuck?
to respond in time. 2 up here for MXS still on this retake attempt, but both M80
Oh.
players are standing out over towards Mound. It's going to be a tough nut to crack here. And Marta, frankly, does not have the time. M80 get
Oh, he
themselves
might
on the
die
board
spike,
here.
actually.
Marta's going
It's
to
gonna
have to walk away.
make
But in
it.
terms of econ
got
damage,
it.
not a terrible bonus for MXS.
I look like Guile
Fair
today?
bit done, one rifle
Bro,
save.
if you saw me, I found these camo shorts that I used to have up in my closet. I look like I'm ready to fight, but if anyone were to fight me, I would be in big trouble. These might as well just be inflatable muscles.
Onyx sensors, you're just going through you're wading through the mud. You cannot move at a fast pace whatsoever. It is so obnoxious for the defenders in that situation.
Here come M80 all grouped up. That horn instantly popped. Still notice that Marta, I think, getting in a position, not quite there. It was actually Vic, the one that was trending over towards Rubble,
dude.
all too slowly. I
We're
don't
getting, like,
think
dry
at that
picked.
point MXS are ready for any sort of
Dude,
knockout from M80 there. And they're just walking up on him, Wyatt.
That might have even punished their Nismo so fast to get off of the orb. A fantastic mechanical player. But you're absolutely correct. This is what M80 do with this comp on attack. They're very slow. They play silently. They contact around the map a lot. And just going for your own, contact plays, walking forward, you might just run into several players flying out, putting the wall up to try and survive, but tough to get out of this position.
Fly across as though behind that wall. I thought he was done. I thought that was a free kill for M80.
No, I didn't see the
Somehow
Serbi
Flyer
ever
gets
see
away
us
with it.
that.
No,
Why
no,
was
we
that hype?
walk
What
inside
happened?
that A site, and Net will hang around. Now Flyer can't safely remove that wall without the threat of Net just swinging and taking him down
Can't
instantly.
tell if you're trolling.
He'll have to go the long way around on this rotate.
I have
And
no
on the
idea.
other
Nismo
side of
won
things,
that shit,
it is
bro.
Otoshima sat on C, who does not look inclined to intervene whatsoever.
Now, at this juncture, fully expecting a save from the remainder of the MXS side. They're definitely going to learn their lesson from this round, be more weary of pushing deep in situations like that, because M80 will be biding their time. They will play very slowly, wait out the defensive aggression,
I don't like how these last couple
capitalize
rounds have
off of
went.
it, punish people moving forward.
Like, it's fine that they're getting these rounds, chat, but I would really like if, like, we could at very least Mata ended up getting like 3 kills that last round, which was great. But like this round 4 alive, you know, like they don't have a lot to enter these sites. So trades should come fairly easily. And now that I say that, the deadlock ult's online, so can't really do that this round. Okay, they're just gonna do a standard hold with these two. So the fade is gonna like work up, and the deadlock will hold from far away in case anyone were to push.
No, not at all.
Again, these are all like
has the
little
Annihilation
techniques
prep
that they probably
ready to go
use.
as
Okay,
well
they're
if
not doing that
necessary
exactly.
to find
Let's see.
an easy man
Cam the
advantage
wall
somewhere
from
even the
Cypher.
odds. Xander just trying to get some information.
Deadlock could
as to
easily
what's
ult
going
someone
on
that this
A,
game
aware
sees.
that there was a
So you can see they're
large
playing like
push down from
very.
players there,
Oh,
and due
fuck.
to that, M80 feel more than comfortable. Just
Woo!
right into B quickly, taking all the space, putting up both walls. Have fun retaking.
Brock was just out of range of that annihilation there, but the smoke.
Oh, we're gonna have a lot of fun.
Baby door is a big problem for defenders typically. Could have been a one-way, could have been worse, but still Brock doesn't opt to challenge it. Nismo there who's ready with the grab net. That's going to be deployed now, followed up by the paranoia. Nobody is getting out of that room for the time being. Slow orb also deployed here. And BCJ is straight chilling. We're going to get some attention from the link side, though, as a paranoia cuts across the B side entirely. The BCJ on the moves able to find at least one. Brock's going to have to be quick about this here.
God, that wall's so annoying.
And fly it down.
They've been doing so well with that all fucking playoffs.
And his timing from upper is just not there. And that's 3 in a round for M80.
That was a
And
half
even at
by
that, by the time MXS are trying to get into the site, the spike is ticked so low. That was their save, though. They will be back onto a full buy at this point, on the cusp of a few critical ultimates. Mata one away from that showstopper. Brock nearing the nightfall as well. And his counterpart on the opposite side, BCJ, the other fade, has his ready. So this could be a pretty explosive
Chat, is there any
round
Valorant? I saw Champions has like a gap from like August 18th to like the 23rd. Is there any Valorant played in those days?
Xander gets out of a TP across here.
Uh-oh.
Definitely mindful of some of that util.
Yes, use it.
And here comes that.
Yes.
Okay, here comes that nightfall already over towards the A side of the map here and now.
Wait, why did you say out
There's
here,
a couple
bro?
players tucked here over towards Baby Door.
Oh my god, get the fuck out.
But they don't really extend any further into this part of the map.
Holy fuck, I can't believe he's
He's going to
saved.
back away after smoking the door itself. It's unclear what Vic has heard there from Tree, but all of M80 cut noise and pull out. This is an important piece of contact here for Flyer, and he sees everything he needs.
Yeah, those defenders fly, especially
You
a
just see
lot
how
of
annoying this shit is.
poking and
Cam on the
prodding
wall, he's
deep,
just constantly checking
trying
it.
to get information, just jiggling some of these corners. Playing with fire at times.
Prowler like
BCJ
micro
going
to
use
clear
the
out all
Prowler
of
to
this
re-clear,
area,
make sure that
this
Fly didn't
area.
actually take a forward position there, that there's not a close setup. As the rest of this team,
So they
again,
essentially
M80
have
back to just
control
the
over
slow
like
contact
both
take
of these
towards A.
lanes right now.
No paranoia here for that.
That's a cool ang. Never seen that one.
Here comes the
Get
showstopper, and
fucked.
Net will fall soon after. Mata quickly absconds here. With that blast pack, and now M80 cut down to size. Had to make something happen with 30 seconds left in the round. It's A or bust.
Everybody funneling through Tree. Brock already
This is a
on the
great spot.
rotate towards
I love this
A.
out of it.
Vic in a
Here we go.
nice little position here, tucked around the box.
No, okay.
From that position, and
Oh.
Brock is no exception.
Dude.
Xana gets picked off, and now it's up to BCJ in that 1 versus
double
4, and there it is for MXS.
Well played,
Find
though.
great success here, not overextending.
Yeah,
on the
whoever
right side of
wins
the
this
map.
qualifies. Yes,
Beautifully
yes.
handled on the site, and their star duelist comes up massive again. I mean, seeing exactly why
That's an
Mata is
interesting
far
fact.
and
It's,
away the statistical leader in challengers right now during the
Session by
playoffs, was during stage 2.
Phantoms, because
I mean,
he's
he's
almost
putting
the
up
same amount of bullets to break the walls.
1.07 kills per round. Like the next highest is like
Faster, like, rate of fire and
0.88
shit.
in the playoffs. Like the difference is monumental.
I mean,
No
between him
tracers. I
and
can see it.
everybody
I can see that
else right
reasoning.
now.
he leads
Far
everybody
and
else
away.
by at least 50 ACS. Because for the playoffs, he's at 301.
I haven't
That is
seen this with many
absurd.
Odins on Lotus, but an
M80,
Odin on
rather,
Lotus
don't
would go pretty
usually
good.
put a star player
against,
forward,
like,
right?
some of
Sometimes
these
they
walls.
play without a duelist entirely. Very different styles from these teams here. Double cage thrown up there. Those were one-ways, of course, for Otoshima, but he's going to be caught in a grab there and unable to capitalize off the trip line.
Nice,
Field
nice,
of
Flyer.
player.
Fuck
BCJ,
yeah.
though, gets a
Oh,
little bit
spam that
aggressive
bitch,
now.
spam that
All
bitch.
of
Oh,
them
get
starting to
fucked.
like flies on the approach, and this is good.
Oh,
the
fuck.
Round here for MXS is just what the doctor ordered, especially against this triple Sentinel setup. Very comfortable round as they repel M80 on that C side.
love the delay from MXS and then the pace on the flood back in, focused on fighting the players that were on top of that wall, and you can see how that just split the M80 attack effort in two. There were the 3 players that were on the low ground trying to round the stairs that just couldn't assist the 2 on top of the barrier orb.
No, okay.
MXS picked them apart, split them in half. Well done by the defending side, who were retaining that lead. M80, this comp was so good on attack.
It doesn't feel like
against
I'm cheering for my employer.
MXS can put up a good half here. Great prospects for their chance
Honestly,
of victory
I
on this
don't.
map.
So here's why I probably don't think of it that way. I don't think of it as like weird or cringe because all throughout my career, I haven't been able to do this. Like, I was a pro CS player, so it's not like I'm fucking rooting for my team. I'm playing on my team, and it's not like I'm rooting for the other teams because they're the opponents. I would root for like regional people, but it's not gonna really matter too much. And then as like broadcast talent, I had to be like unbiased. So this is one of the few times where I've been able to like have some bias and like root for a team. And it feels fucking great. It feels good to be a fucking fan. I'm not gonna lie. I like it. I like it a lot. The first time I was a streamer, I was a streamer for Gen G. And it was devastating that that team couldn't qualify for fucking anything.
He is on that Sage role. Less ability to be the aggressor. Okay, Vic sees a lot of this U2 coming in. He might actually look just to get out.
What if he cancels?
And he will fall back to that A site entirely. With the smoke towards Baby
They
Door,
pinged it too. They pinged it too.
Into playing for a retake here. Unless Vic opts to try and ask for something here. The paranoia can be played off of from stairs here, but Marta has to break the wall, and that gives away the plan. Now M80
Good
got
molly
themselves
time.
on the B side and Flyer.
Hell yeah.
You better get ready to crouch, brother.
Oh, he's gonna TP.
You're gonna get busy. Nicely done.
Oh,
Ready to fall.
fuck.
Marta can be the other
From
side.
the high ropes.
Nismo
Oh,
somehow
shit.
2 elsewhere with the sheriff, but it's not nearly enough. And MXS have those 5 defensive rounds.
This is looking good.
Precious.
Okay. Keep him
Precious
going,
to
though.
pick
Keep him
those
going,
up
though.
here.
What gorgeous rotations from MXS there. The utility from everybody was just perfectly timed.
Yeah, thank God he didn't cancel that. If he canceled that, that's a free fucking gun. They were so ready.
Gets the info, teleports off.
Wait a
the rest of the
second.
team are rotating to assist. They immediately break that barrier orb
I
on
see something,
stairs to
chat.
allow the
I see
flank
something down there.
through Baby Door. During M80's pivot, further delay from Flyer with the snake bites, all of that utility.
This
Just
one goes out
perfectly
to all the
timed.
Koala family.
This team is really peaking at the right time.
Here it is. You can
What?
play this as well.
Break that shit! Break that shit!
It's gonna be awkward though. Brook.
No!
And ultimately, it's a freebie there for M80.
He fucking.
That one has gotta hurt.
Poor guy. There's just nothing he can do. And now the MXS side will be starved for
That's
a
what they
little bit of
tried to do the
information.
last time they had a deadlock ult.
I know
As that
exactly
initiator
where
goes
it
down. Well-timed neural theft from Net, which is going to allow M80 to work their way up.
3
A
ults
for
used this
free.
round
Smoke's going to go
for
downstairs
M80. It's
and
a triple
off
ult
back will
round right now.
accelerate into the site. Vic totally smoked off.
Tried to drop with the Omen for sure.
Ooh, that was good timing. That was great timing. I don't know what he's doing that wide pathing with the. Fuck!
He would have set Marta up if there wasn't
3v3.
another player looking at the raise. And now Vic has to wait for some of this to clear. He and Flyer grouped up at the top of drop.
Ooh, wait, is he?
Omen ult there
He's leaving?
from Xander.
30 seconds left.
Otoshima won a duel over towards Rubble as KoalaNoob doesn't know where to look. Almost shot in the side, just trying to delay right now. Help out Xander, who's crossed the map entirely, planted on C.
He still has to fight Otoshima though. And he's waiting for him. KoalaNoob at least keeps a couple of players over at A, keeps him interested in
What's
what's
up,
happening.
bitch?
But Xander gets a pretty straightforward
up?
plant.
You know where you are, motherfucker? Oh, fuck, that's a
around
tricky
after the
TP.
fact. And he'll be back up on the
But not
box.
against our goat
Sees one.
IGL.
Opts not to go for the finish there on Flyer.
Oh, definitely not against our
And it's
IGL.
for him. 6 rounds here for MXS. Honestly, a beautiful little turnaround. Again, they anchor that A site really well. Finding 2 quick kills before that rotate out with the Omen ult.
Absolutely, they are
Actually,
just playing with this
Factually true
fantastic
in
team
chat from
decisiveness
Tom
right now.
Jack Daw. All right.
Vic is
You want to know how
so
I know it's true?
confident
Watch
in
this.
that
Watch this.
scenario over on
Koala.
A, that despite being
It's
smoked off on
literally
stairs,
here
then he
waiting
goes to
for me.
heaven, smoked off
Watch
on heaven,
this.
goes to drop right there. Finds that
Koalas
first
are.
kill onto Nismo.
Let me go ahead and share
is
this with you
ready
guys
to
because I don't really have
fight
time to
despite
go through all
having
this.
to rotate, despite being spotted heaven,
Just
because he
know,
knows his
these
team
little
would be there,
shits,
and they were. That paranoia came in. Mata dropped
If you
down
root for them, you're
instantly.
rooting for
The
evil.
rotates are so fast. They're playing so confident. The confidence they have in each other is clearly on display. This is such a better MXS than we've really seen.
Too stupid for fucking. Too stupid to not eat something that's toxic. Stupid, mean rats. Exactly. Exactly. Just put the fries. What? Did we talk? Put the what?
At the start of June, I want to say. And then their stage 2 has been pretty up and down, right? Wins against TSM and Fluffy Aimers. They managed to take, obviously, Blinn down more recently to sort of get into a game like this. But yeah, we definitely had concerns about where this team was going. This is an MXS.
Nah,
team,
don't be
neither
fooled by
half
these
of this
pictures.
was
These
the
are
Shopify
fucking traps.
conglomerate
Do
were
not
able
be
to
fooled.
reach
Do not
for
be
those
fooled.
high heights last year in
Look at that.
Challenge.
He
Right?
literally
Now,
has like
unfortunately,
shit on
teams
his
are returning
cheeks.
to have another crack at Ascension. They never had the chance.
Don't be
last time.
fooled.
It'll be their first opportunity to make it there.
I've
And in a
not
round
seen
like that we
that. What
just
is
saw, not only does Nismo get a free kill with the Annihilation, but they
What is
also
this
res
thing?
net back up.
What
and
the fuck
insert
is
them in
this
such
thing?
A frustrating position. Really, it looked like a great start for M80. But Wyatt, MXS are anchoring like this because
happiest
they do
animal.
not want to go to post plant. They know
Wait a
they have to
second.
fight M80 up front.
Yeah.
They have
yes,
no choice.
you're correct. You are absolutely
Quokkas
correct.
are the
That
happiest
is
animal on
one
actually
of the
helped us.
primary mistakes that you've
Anytime
seen teams make
Quokka
against
Quokkas
these
must
deadlock
nest
Why don't we
from
on-
the
why-
Dutch word rotten
So
nest,
you have to take
meaning
the fight
rat
to
nest.
them. You have to
Quokkas-
flood them before the barriers go down, before they have the utilities set up to deny the retake. You have
Wait,
to
it's
play
like a little
active,
kangaroo.
aggressive, and take the fight to the attackers. And we're seeing MXS
What
do
the
that on
fuck? It's like a
every
little
single
kangaroo.
round. They are
It's like a
really
rat
impressive
kangaroo.
right now.
I mean, even like a good example is like Vic had Omen ult back from rubble once the pop starts to come in from M80, right? But he doesn't go to upper. Like
They have
he sits
no-
on the site and is
They
ready
probably
to
are
play
just
off his
fucking
teammates that,
everywhere
like,
then. If they have
queue
no
up coming
predators,
downstairs.
I bet they're just
So even though
fucking
he's like getting out of dodge,
infesting
they realize
everywhere.
that they still have to fight. Like it's more of a push pull than a complete abandonment and being forced into retake. I think it's hard to play this way because
How do you pronounce this
you are getting
word?
priced into fighting so much, which is
Quokkas.
obviously a volatile situation to
Quokkas.
put yourself in, but they've got no choice.
Look at us. Surely that's Australian. That's
Like this
Australian.
pit just immediately
That's
sent
Australian
out to
animal.
deny B. The haunt goes over A, wasn't broken, didn't spot anyone. And still it's Odashima just retaining control of the C site with that Cypher setup with the high cam.
I guess this Viper's Pit gives you a bunch of options, right? You can crunch onto Mount. You can also, come a bit further forward here over towards, B main as the Viper player and sort of know exactly where your opponents are going. And finally, you can funnel them to one of the extremities, which the latter one definitely seems to be the main plan here. That's why so much of the map has been given up there by Mata. 3 players grouped up in B, though, for MXS. They could go anywhere.
Yo,
So
chat.
maybe his plan-
I got a question. If a pirate were to root for someone in challengers, like what team do you think they would root for?
And then they fake like they're going to pivot towards A. But the thing is, MXS, do they want to pop out of this? Do they want to crunch M80 and fight with Odashima when they're hitting sight?
Here comes the paranoia. That being fired off.
M80, yes, M80, yes, yes. Ahoy, matey. That is actually factually true. They would root for M80. Pirates love M80.
With one through the wall, and M80 with weaker weaponry don't have any choice but to plant their feet and try and find success.
Bruh.
And that's all off the Viper's Pit that they are able to emerge from. There's no time left in the round.
We're
This most
fucking
is
owning,
what you get.
dude.
It's 7
I'm
defensive
fucking loving
rounds
it.
here for MXS, who've downloaded M80 and are finding success against his triple Sentinel.
That was another fantastic round from MXS. So prepped for that return to
Dark
C.
zero, matey.
And if
Arr.
need be,
Maybe.
they can pivot
I can
towards
see
A,
it.
fight through Baby Door. They
Like
were
maybe a
rotating
second
towards
team.
that side of the map
Maybe they were
very
for two
quickly.
teams,
Mata had already
but
pushed
I
up
do
and
feel
got
like
a lot of info
M80
over on that side too. So they
would
felt
be a
pretty
Pirates'
comfortable
favorite
just staying
team.
focused towards front B.
Hypothetically
being able to pivot
speaking, of
for that
course.
C fight. They are so aware of what M80 are doing
Magicians
at
would
the
root
moment.
for?
This is their full buy though. BCJ is one
Go ahead,
off
give
with
it to
a
me.
Nightfall, so you have to imagine
Go
he's
ahead.
going to go collect
Give it to
that
me.
orb.
What
They're
is
going
it?
to attempt to hit the site off of it. The C execs were the bread and butter against Oxygen. Only so far worked one time against MXS right now.
Man, these guys are getting tripped
Trying
the
to go
fuck
fast here,
up.
Fire briefly near-sighted, but mostly unbothered. He won't be able to return over to
Fire's been hitting that too. Oh my god, he got two? They double swung spawn and he got two.
Mata and Brook have the option here to rotate and try and get someone on that part of the map, and it looks like they are sending Brook there. And they're not going to bother to try and break that barrier for the time being.
They got the barrier mesh, they got the wall, sound sensor next to the wall, sound sensor.
It does have a paranoia to play with.
Bend.
All just going to try to.
They've been paranoying this like lane, and they'll do that again.
So they can just get out pretty freely. Mata going so deep, straight into the sonic sensor, but
Damn.
swing just finds it in time.
The danger about this retake wide, it's scary.
Fuck, break it, break it, break it.
Now the one player left here for the attackers, opting to move in.
Fuck!
There it is, Brook gets brought down. And Vic will be taken care of.
Well
Beautiful
played by
stuff there
Nat.
for M80, but it's awkward.
Well played.
It did force MXS, though, into a bit of a retake. They eventually got shoved off the site.
I mean, few and far between have been the rounds where we get to see the
I would be willing to bet the Cocoon does not get decayed. It's like one of those things. What was the idea with the Fatal? The idea could have been where like you don't know whether he taps, you don't know whether he's trying to break the Cocoon, and like you don't know anything, right? If you're outside the site behind that smoke, you have no clue what's happening, and you lose half your health. So like if he wants to challenge you, you have half health. If he wants to stick it or tap it, you can't hear it, and you're almost forced to make the play because you don't want to be stupid and like not peek when you've lost all these rounds in a row.
Go for that fast hit.
It's like
Every now
at
and
this
then.
stage in the game, that guy's definitely
with a
peeking
triple
out.
Sentinel composition that
If they were
MXS can
chaining
adjust
along
to
wins
relatively easily.
and had like momentum
Most of
going,
it towards B here.
maybe he doesn't feel the
With that
pressure, maybe he
power
doesn't run
thrown
in.
Yes, a couple of players from MXS will be enticed to check it out.
But in that scenario, that Fatal
going
was
to
definitely making him
continue
come in.
cycling the one-way smokes over towards A, and with BCJ, occupied towards B. You know, there's no Prowler to try and re-clear, get out over
Right,
towards A, so
Phantom.
they've just totally given up that space, M80. Now working into an
Hypothetically speaking, I think it might be MXS.
Slowly just worked their way in. Great entry kill. Fly on is lonesome.
How they get that done without a flash is beyond me. Just this random wide swing that catches
Bro, what are those guys doing back there? They are hiding?
Fly here from upper trying to make
You guys trying to fucking build a tunnel? I'm sorry, bro. No, you gotta stay in the site.
Up to net here in that 1 versus 2. And M80 starting to run out of gas a little bit here. There is a chance for something beautiful in these last couple of moments. Oh my goodness, that you! That Otoshima
Curse this
approximately
man.
will be sat in that dark cover.
Bring out the raw.
stunning Zippo clutches again at M80 just throw themselves at the B side.
What is that? Again, MXS were playing that so well.
Bring out Curse of Raw. We need it. That's fucking shit. That's fucking horseshit right there. That's your cipher. That's your fucking ban is what that is. HS snapping. You're gonna be taking a fucking S Garrett snapping for about a day if you talk like that.
This roster, when we go back to early
I'm
on
just kidding,
stage 2, the team was struggling, but not only has the team really come into its own as we've gotten into the playoffs, but so has Net individually. It's been leaps and bounds better than those first few weeks with the team.
Oh man.
Was I a fan of
Crucially,
MXS
White,
before
7
getting
defensive
signed?
rounds
It would have been.
for MXS there.
Oh fuck.
Certainly
That's our
bodes well.
squad.
On Lotus, which are normal circumstances.
But I did really
Being
like them last
attack-sided
year.
map.
Yeah.
UCJ wants to step up here. They knew they'd caught fly.
Although truthfully, I didn't know the players as well as like the guard players.
Check this now, and he's still caught in the grab
God.
net. Didn't have a chance to bend down. Rip that off
Oh
of
my
him.
god, that's so big that we got those trades.
Oh, I love this.
Let's
The
fucking
barrier
go.
comes down, and Mata is in theory caught, but he's more than happy.
No,
to
man,
take
we're.
a
Oh
fight.
fuck! Oh fuck! Oh fuck!
KoalaNoob really
No, no,
pushes
no, no,
up
no, no, no,
a little
no!
bit.
Oh, careful, dude!
Still 4
Stop!
players in there for MXS though. They can regroup. and
Shallow,
focus on-
fuck!
And that's crazy. Actually boxed them in. Mata just needs a flopper now to get back to full HP after getting out of that.
Whew.
That is so silly. They're just waiting out Koala's barrier orb now. He might get overrun in the moment. Brock still has another Prowler, a Haunt. Great pieces of utility for re-clearing rubble.
Bring them down.
Worth noting as well, the Viper comp here for MXS means you have access to this lurk wall. And always
30
keep
seconds
people at this A side of the map. However, KoalaNoob saw everything he needed to. This is definitely going to draw Xander now over towards Baby Door.
Come on, get this
Restream
go,
is
get
hoping to
this go.
capitalize on exactly that. Beautiful. A great
Yes!
ghost round.
Oh my god, for a second I thought that was net, and then I realized it was
Of any challenges in
Goaterous.
these playoffs.
Oh my
But
god,
2-0
I'm
for
so
this
happy
match,
right
which
now we're
is
winning this pistol.
Exactly what you're looking for.
Why did I say that?
Yeah, that is wild, isn't it? A team that has won both of their games so far in convincing fashion. Lowest pistol round win rate in the playoffs currently. Compared to the teams that are eliminated.
I seem
Listen,
stressed
that has
today.
been
Dude, this is the day
insane.
we've been
This
waiting
would
for a
be
full
on a
year,
totally different
man.
level.
There is no,
exactly
I don't
what
think
to
you
do with the
understand. There's nothing I want more than to be rooting for, like, be the content creator for a team like in VCT. Like, that would be so fucking sick. That would be so fucking sick. Like, I'm close enough to actually, like, go do content with them and stuff, and yeah, it's just, it sounds great. I love it. I love rooting for the team, and yeah, I want to root for them on, like, the high stage.
Their defense felt very disconnected
Yeah.
compared to their attack. It seemed like
Content with
players
Library.
that were anchoring sites together had
What
differing
a
ideas
cam,
whether
dude.
they were trying to hold the site steadfast, fight together, or fall off, play for retake situations.
I know
It
chat's
just
loving that
seems
shit.
like there wasn't
A
a
foot
consistent
cam?
idea among
Chat's probably fucking
the
wild out.
players when they were holding together. We'll have to see if the synergy has improved a bit since that last showing today. I mean, for their sake, it's going to have to improve. MXS look phenomenal right now.
They are taking up residence here of Mount. The M80 don't want to give them anything. They don't have a great way to get info with this composition outside of that singular scan initiator of BCJ. Down under a minute in the round, and that lurk wall has allowed Flyer to get right up here. Nether will be watching that cross with the camera, very standard positioning for this. So there'll be a fight there momentarily.
We got away.
Paranoia thrown
Nice.
over at that C site here, but MXS don't really look to push
Oh,
behind it. But
oh.
what side is it going to be?
Oh,
It
you
might be
trying to
a
get these hands? You're gonna catch these
cross.
hands, that?
As Flyer has gotten himself in. With
That's
the
our
barrier mesh
IGL.
over at B, that's not an option. So now MXS have got to be quick.
Yeah, the only issue is that clock is ticking down. M80 are on this pretty, I say fast, and now they're walking oh so slowly. But they are still beating them to the punch. Maybe if they catch Flyer here, and they do, they can get into sight. But no, Brock with that angle with the Vandal. looking
Good
fantastic.
support.
That's
I
the
love
place.
that. I love the fucking backup. Let's go.
Anti-eco in the first half, but they still get across the finish line with the rifles retained, the Vandals carried over. And that's certainly what's most important for them.
You see how much they respect, though, what M80 can do on an eco round like that with this triple Sentinel setup. They don't take any undue risks there, and in theory, MXS could have gone B via Baby Door there, but that Flyer kill gave them the confidence to push in further on that site.
Oh, God.
So now we have a buy up here for M80. But all the weaponry they could ask for. Let's see what this comp can do on defense.
Okay, that's
Gonna
the
have to be
second person
something to get
that
them out of this
said
hole.
that, and I don't know what this means.
They're trying to just jiggle towards
The Jeep.
round.
What the
Immediately
fuck?
by some initiators.
What is
So he
this?
The stage is used to control A. This is a very typical setup for M80 on defense. Crucial gun duel to win for Xander. Giving M80 that man advantage, stabilizing
Dude.
things. There was a
The
lot
first
going
time
on
I thought it
across the
was like
map
a
early.
spelling error. No, the fucking,
Defenders
you guys are fucking
on
criminal.
Lotus.
I can't wear a green
Makes you
tank.
feel far less
That's fucking,
stretched
that's
across the map.
outrageous.
And Odajima just took a straight up fight there with the Bulldog.
That's fucking
I think this one
outrageous.
here outside the C site, though. I think Net has
'Cause
basically seen it all at this point.
I'm not gonna lie.
Bombarding gonna be thrown
It's
in
fucked
now.
that even I saw it.
But the spike has not been committed yet. This is still a default. And I don't really know if Fire's seen nearly enough. He took a huge hit, I think, trying to push up on that A side, so count that one out. It's gotta be C or B.
Vic just breaking that wall just so M80 have to pay some amount of attention to B. Can't just forego looking at it in its entirety.
30 seconds left.
No pressure on the defenders whatsoever.
Deadlock probably has
And
C's
when
out.
I was talking
yeah.
about the synergy
C's
that I
out
need to
for
see
this
improve from
deadlock.
M80, a lot of it is Nismo and Net
This
on C. They
sensor
felt
is gonna be
very
hard to get
disconnected
past, too.
against Oxygen. Differing ideas from the two of them.
Hit two.
Good grab that timing there, though, Wyatt. That has definitely flowed MXS up. They've had to back away
Okay, we
with the
take
TP
that
came
trade.
across
It's not
there
terrible.
from Vic. He's on the site. Xander able to see Fire go across, but can't connect with him at all. It's a very low health fight. but
Hey,
then
we
eventually
busted.
drops.
Bye, bye,
But
bye.
Vic's able to trade off
No,
of
no
Xander.
time.
and make use of the teammate getting brought down
All
there.
good.
We
3
have
kills on
2v2.
this eco.
Oh no!
I'll
No
take it.
time!
I'll take it.
Oh, you hate to
Just
see it.
barely. That is tough.
Not horrible. Not horrible.
Barely ran out of time.
What could be more MXS than that at times? So
No,
meticulous.
They can be very, very meticulous. Though I will say, in their last game they played against Blinn, their
I'm sure they know 4 seconds. It's actually slightly less than 4 seconds. I'm not sure what the exact time is, but plants have happened in the 3s. I just don't know what the exact time is. It's 3.75, yeah.
figuring out where those tripwires will be.
I know it's
so you
slightly
don't
below
wander
4,
into them.
whatever it is.
Die getting sprayed through a smoke on your site
But
exec.
They might not
You
have
don't wanna lose
noticed
players
because
to
of the
anything
fights
like
happening.
that, and you need to deny that passive information. There's a lot of little things that need to be done as the attackers going up against such a util-dense defensive comp.
M80 really took control of that mound side of the
Like
map
if you
there.
see like one of those
You see
like
the counter one way thrown out by MXS.
0.01 diffuses, just look at where it was started from, you know?
Position. We
Or
might
like
actually see a burst
right
of
before the
speed here for
round,
MXS,
right before it's about
much
to
unlike
blow
the
up or
previous
whatever.
round. Poison all thrown up in front of net. And he sees
Fuck.
it, plays off the trip beautifully. It's going to be Victor
He
fall
played that
first,
well.
and then somehow gets away with his life. Now
That's a
this
good
is
tease.
provoked to move over towards the B
God.
side of the map, but Neatsmo's able to catch them out with a grab net. This slows Brock up. He is
Okay.
nearsighted and tethered to the
4-on-2.
ground, and somehow
Low
Mata
HP
wins it
Mata.
out. But the damage he took in order to get out of that situation means that he's basically an on-factor here. He can fall back with a spike. Flyer is healthy enough, but it's just 2 players for MXS.
They're looking to
And M80
save.
is starting to claw back into this game.
30 seconds left.
Amato's the only player that I think could somehow still find a way to win that duel. Just a little adjustment with the movement. Couple steps to the left, and a nice shot on to Nismo. Regardless of that kill from Mata, though, the utility combo on the fly from M80 there was lovely. The
10 seconds left.
Gravnet synced up with the Paranoia to completely stifle that B pivot. Allowed Nismo to find that kill, but in its entirety really just
Okay.
shut down the hit.
Unlucky. I was hoping we could just snowball these early rounds and like get ahead of this, but it looks like we're not going to be able to do that. In the prior weeks, to be honest, as crazy as this sounds, their comp actually probably was more successful on their attack. Let me pull it up. I can explain like why. I just want to make sure that it is the case real quick. Here we go. So yeah, against the Oxygen, 9-3 attack. Against TSM, 5-3 attack. It was gonna obviously be a pretty good half. Let me see when they started this comp actually. Okay, they've only run it twice, so we only get this like small sample size. But TSM played very, very poorly here, and this was also the first time we saw the comp. So I think it took TSM some adjusting here to get used to it. I don't think that this half is going to be super easy for them. I think they could get pushed and pulled a lot, and it's not so much the initial hold, right? Because you can imagine like something like what they just had, right? Where, you know, it's let's see, what are we missing? We're missing Sage. Sage could be like somewhere like over here, walling, and then we're missing a Fade. Fade's probably on B, like throwing the haunt over and shit. So they actually move Sage and Fade. So Sage will probably wall and
The
slow
moment
out front
here
B.
as well. Very crucial round 17.
So all
He's
of
gonna
this
get busy,
shit
though, on this
right
part of the
here.
map. There are 3 players creeping.
So they
up through
one-way
MXS.
this, right? So in order to get past
They
this,
can,
you have to
and
throw
now
a
they
smoke
force KoalaNoob
yourself.
off the angle. They're
They
not
have a guy
playing
behind
place
it.
Inside B. So a bunch of map controllers just gone over to MXS.
Oh, no.
At a really crucial juncture, but it was
Did he
Flyer
just
that got
spam
caught
this
out.
guy?
Over towards the A side. No
He
lurk this
spammed him?
round for the Viper.
What?
Yeah, that was just Nismo swinging from sight and a doubling up with BCJ. Finding that early pick. Mata gets a lot of space. Off shots go awry. Oh, KoalaNoob, you need to fear, my friend. Mata is in so deep into heaven right now.
He has ult, too.
Showstopper as well could turn the tides.
Paranoia also thrown over towards Upper Mata, hoping to capitalize, but the showstopper pulls up a
Good
little bit
pinch
short. Prowler confirms
gonna
the
make them
position of the
work for
raise
all
in
that
case you
space.
needed that. And now I may have a chance to try and encircle here. That's a smoke over towards
Nice.
Baby Door here.
Whiff.
Annihilation didn't catch on to anything at all, but we've got multiple
no.
MXS players caught up inside Baby Door. Can they get out? Brock, though, what a timing. Catches Xana as he moves out of the smoke. There's 3 players up on that spike for M80. Nismo able to bring Brock down. And that wall is a problem for Vic and Marta. They have to get through, and they run out of time. Another round up here for M80. And they managed to get this retake behind all of this Sentinel utility.
KoalaNoob just saving that wall for the retake is exactly what M80 needed, cutting off baby door. They're looking
We're stalling out. We're stalling out here. I think we're moving too fast. Chat. We're coming into like a lot of the Senti stuff before. We need to like whittle it away. I know it's going to be painful. It's going to be very painful to like go around the map slowly and whittle it all away. And it's going to feel like shit. There's going to be a lot of sketchy scenarios. But these guys don't have a lot to kill us. Like, it's shit like this.
For MXS.
And they know that that's probably what our play is going to be here.
This time have brought a couple of extra players.
Which is why they're hiding this triple setup.
Headed to the
They're trying to mask the fact that
nice
this is a trap setup.
Restream, though, to reveal one of those defenders, probably sees at least 2 of them. And that smoke will herald the end of that little exchange towards B.
We know there's an op in play, but this is a pretty spicy offense
round. As MXS taking their time, waiting to get that haunt placed on the cliffside to retake. A mound, a lot of noise made. Spraying the Vandals.
Why are you working up over there?
The Sages, I think. They know that operator's still at large.
Going into, at the very least, drag BCJ towards the C site.
Yeah, we should get some operator contact here for KoalaNoob, and again, the Prowler would have pushed him off the angle. He actually gives it up anyway.
No.
But is able to repost. Smoke was wide. He knows there's a raise sat in that corner, though. But again, KoalaNoob basically being played around by MXS.
Surely we know. Yeah, especially
no chance
with that
really to get a
wall
good angle there with that
two
operator.
there, Sage
And
there.
then again, has the standard camera
We
spot.
immediately break that wall. Love that.
Right now, there's 20 seconds left.
All right, this is that slow round I was talking about,
Now
chat.
trying to get it to B with the nightfall.
Got to be here, but
This is
Xana
the slow round I was
takes
talking
contact
about.
first and comes up better. Marta a little bit low in that exchange, and KoalaNoob's operator does punish a play that was inside door, and Xana can now come in and fill up that position. Brook, 2 out in the open. Not enough time here, and MXS have let another round slip through their fingers like the sands of bloody time.
Oh, no.
So monotonous on that round. I'm looking at the minimap, asking at 30 seconds or so, where the hell are we finishing? They're still sat in a 3-1-1. They had Fly all the way inserted on A towards tree. I think trying to keep their options open that they could pivot back, but a decision wasn't really made.
Nismo did play
particularly
very patiently,
early.
yeah. He knew Flya opened
And
that
then
door and was over there.
B, where they can
He didn't
go for
overextend
4-1,
on
have
B, he
Fly
didn't
on that
overextend
late
on
work,
A.
but
He
decided
kind
to
of
do
just
that.
played his
They just
hand
left themselves with absolutely
as it was
no
dealt, right?
time.
Like he didn't make the play.
KoalaNoob may not have the mobility to get out of here after taking the shot.
No.
Yep, back behind the slow orb it has to be. Throws at the wall. And he does escape with his life.
That's one way to do it.
Vic absolutely furious. They weren't able to capitalize, and then he himself gets caught as well because KoalaNoob had fallen back to the C site. And this is MXS. This is their money starting to run dry. Next round is going to be awkward for them at best. BCJ just holds it down for the boys on B site. And it will be up to Marta with a ridiculous spray transfer required to win the round. BCJ gives them a bit of that EG classic.
Yeah, winner of this series qualifies for Ascension, yeah.
M80 are running away with this defense, completely flipping the script of what's happened.
We have not tried A enough. I feel like we haven't really approached the A site. I don't know if we're fearful of something we saw in a VOD. Must be. Like, we must be just like, we must have seen something in their VODs that made us not want to go A. Because we are so B-pilled right now. We are like prodding on C, going B a lot with a lurk on A.
TP's forward and still looking for a way to get in, and KoalaNoob had basically drawn him into that trap by falling back to the side itself. There's 2 free kills for the Sage.
Yeah. They're moving the Cypher setup a little bit, but yeah, for the most part, it's been by A. I feel like we're going to see an adjustment coming out of M80 right here. Let's see. Lately, I think we've been seeing something similar to this. Although, honestly, like, people are moving NB. Like, the Sage could be B, the Fade could be A. They're, like, kind of being very mobile with their setups. But I would like to just see Mata, like, have, like, a really good paint shell for, like, this zone. Because because there's usually a trip like here and like here, but I don't know if he has that. Just that way we don't get kill tripped.
That just hasn't had to really be.
It's not even there anyway. It's not, yeah, see, like they're just constantly switching it up, man.
They've just been on this.
Full
They've just been able to
fucking setup
anchor the
over
sites
here.
when these super late hits are coming in.
A trip to protect
I
waterfall
kind of want to
push.
see a pace adjustment at some point here from MXS. Try and mix in something really
Breaks the
quickly. Maybe on
haunt,
a round where
causes
Mata gets
the
showstopper.
blind, causes like a
He's
full
only a few
aggression.
orbs away from that now.
Got slow, got
Maybe
the
once again
haunt,
controlling
got the
A
omen
early with some
blind.
slow orbs.
No prowlers, but you know 3 are there.
Realize that there's a big stack over at the A side of the map that they have no interest in testing. KoalaNoob being forced
Right,
off by this
back to
one-way
B we
now
go.
means that the opportunities to get value here are limited with that operator. VCJ is also grouped up.
We slipped a trip
MXS
in, that's
get
our
themselves
trip.
a post plant because they identify the stack over towards the A side of the map, which they never were playing
Dude.
in test. And there it is, KoalaNoob gets his. He's able to back out there. Over towards Baby Door. Yes, some of that util from the Sage will make it very, very hard for MXS to follow that up. And
That
now
was a
Smoking
really
coming
good
from the
peek.
other side.
Holy fuck.
Brock was ready, but there was a double swing on that corner that just defeats the fade. And now over towards upper. The only other place where you can play from, really. Odorous for 2 out of the smoke. To a third would be huge. What timing, but it's not enough. KoalaNoob, the last one standing, with a 3K in this round. Talk about coming alive in the second half of a map. He's done it again.
I know, in the final hour, this man always shows up for M80, evidently,
Time to stock back
when they
up.
need him most. At some point, I think he was, I want to say
This has
3
just
and
been
13,
such
and just
a
in the last
painful
couple
stall
rounds,
out,
has gotten
6
himself
straight.
10 kills now.
6
And they've all
straight.
been really high impact.
Oy, oy, oy.
Crucial openings with the operator. 2
It
rounds
is
in a row,
M80's
finding
map
those
pick,
first kills
and
with
we
the
are on a
scoped weapon.
brutal half against
Now
triple
has it back
Senti.
in his hands to fight towards C.
We're getting
That pace
hella
change
close
got
to a
MXS
lot of
the
these
site
rounds.
early,
too.
but they just weren't able to retain it against the Nightfall with the weaker weaponry. They're on the full buy now.
Alright, early cam on B
This might be
again.
one of their last
Same early
chances.
setup.
Unreal. Sandy, look how far forward he pushed. I think he and KoalaNoob pinged that out early. They did want to fight.
Oh wait, Fly got past the
looked
haunt?
decent
Oh no.
on the
He didn't get
satcheling
past.
raise. Marley doing everything he can to try and get into
that did-
mound past this operator. That plan also falls on
That
its
did that
face.
much?
And now M80 can sit back, fall back to the side behind this Odin here, and Net will be on the cans.
Oh, opportunity for a flyer, but couldn't find the shot. BCJ just still trying to control Tree with that spam. The Odin's so powerful on that area of the map.
Cam taken down there. Slow fuel here could be pretty large. Might have been a wall to break things up as Net's able to find
Christ.
Flyer. Some of the fade util towards the back of the site.
This is insane.
M80 can
Flank
shrug it
heaven.
off.
We gotta
Still
wait
no
for this. We
plan,
gotta
by the way.
wait.
The
Please
spike
live.
has just now
Please
gotten in
live.
position.
Please live.
Big playing from the other
Please
side
live.
of the stage wall here, and KoalaNoob
Oh,
doesn't
no.
have the best shot. They realize though that Odorous there is up.
Oh,
on that
what
flank.
the
And they're
fuck
able to
is
spot
that
out the Omen
ult,
ultimate.
Xander,
That was a
you
great
piece
little
of shit?
Presence of mind there from Xander to check that spot. Vic would have had to have gone huge.
Fuck,
And now with
man.
Net being brought back into the game, it's just too much to ask. Another 3K this time for BCJ's M80. Take us to match point.
Wow, Odashima was on the flank of a lifetime there, and Xander teleporting over, just
That's
completely
insane that Xander
shut that
ulted
down,
there.
spotted him out. If that teleport hadn't have happened, Odashima wins that round for MXS, no doubt in my mind. There were 3 players backside. They were not aware that that was coming. That
Oof.
super late backstab.
Yeah, just insane presence of mind there from Xander to quickly check that. And that's the, honestly, that's the completeness that we've seen from M80 on so many of these maps. Really thorough.
Insta ult here. Oh
can
no,
go
they're
without,
ready.
you know,
Okay,
burning the
thank
entire
God he
round
spotted it.
There's Vic there. Won't see too much towards the backside of the map.
He's so
MXS
ready for
might
that
want to
play.
explode here onto this seaside, but beware of this utility. Marta's able to get in, but caught inside the smoke for the most part. Was able at the very least to make his way into Waterfall. Xander unaware of it. BCG has to know he's close around the corner, but Xander just takes his contact towards Ben. 3 kills there, anchoring the side like an absolute champ, and M80 close it up. The triple Sentinel composition
Was
flattens
that
MXS in
9
that second half.
straight?
I mean,
Was that
look at
9 in a
there.
row?
Getting super excited off
What
the
is
back
this
of that.
setup?
BCJ is always going to be the hype man
I'm
for
mad.
whatever team he's on. What a performance on defense.
Wow.
Again, I just keep harkening back to that Oxygen game, but that is where M80 had some major struggles. MXS just could not get anything started against them there after playing, I think, a fantastic attack. MXS's defense, rather. I think they antied hard. They played that to perfection. But
Couldn't get anything going, man.
Far too monotonous. It was so slow the entire time from them. They just didn't mix up the pace enough for my taste, and M80's comp ended up working to perfection.
Yeah, it looks
It's crazy, dude.
for MXS. A lot to talk about
We had literally the 3 top fraggers in the server chat.
5 attacking rounds.
Fucking.
Take the dub. Ridiculous stuff.
Oh,
Back, of course, with more
disgusting.
right after this.
We had the 3 people with the most frags, and our 4th is tied with their 4th. Or I guess, no, that's their actually bottom fragger. Fuck, dude. This is so crazy, man. Literally, only 1 first blood. The whole half. I mean, this is the key problem here, is just getting 1 first blood all half, you know? It wasn't punchy enough. It wasn't layered enough to get past the senties. Because, like, if you just straight approach them, you're going to get stalled out. It is very hard. No, it's very hard to take full map control. I think, personally, what you should be doing is... What you should do against this comp is this. Hold up. Let me go back to, like, the early rounds when, like, they're playing more standard. So the goal should be... Let me get before he has an op, because an op actually throws like a wrench into things a little bit. I kind of want to see like what our approach was on the early rounds. This is a pretty hard round. I can tell this is gonna be a hard round. All right, let's see. Honestly, dude, like, this might sound crazy, but I kind of would have been down for like an A brawl, like a lot. I know the Sage is slowing this. I know the Fade is like haunting and probably could seize this. And I know the Omen is going to blind, but I still think that you should fight for it. I still think you should. And I think it's even worth it to like use your Omen blind along this channel and get the Raze and Omen out here to create space. They don't have damage abilities to like kill you. So in order for them to get to you, they're going to have to like seize you and like run you down. And with this blind along this channel, only one of them will get to you. And I think you can trade that kill, especially if you like layer a 3rd player like right here to like protect those 2 players that go out. I think that is a good way to deal with it. But that is like a play they could have done. I wouldn't say that's hindsight. I would say that's something I would have noticed, like watching the VOD ahead of time. From this moment, like, yeah, obviously, like, but what I think you should be doing against this comp is finding the weak site and make them retake it. You have to make them retake the site. Like, you can't fight them in the site they're in. You have to find the weak site. Because they have, like, nothing to retake the site. Their site retakes are dog shit. All they have is this fucking Omen blind. That's literally it. And what, like, a couple seizes? Like, that is not very good. Like, they have no flashes to get through chokes. We have double controller. Like, this is... What we should have done was, like, go up to C, like, paint shell a lot of this shit away. You know, like, pivot off, go to front B. Always be sticking in clusters. Like, always stick in a 3 cluster. Because that's all they can do. That's literally all they can do is, like, take these dry fights and challenges off timing and, like, weird, like, teamworky type plays. And I think all you need to do is just stick in, like, a pack of 3 and go around the map for the first, like, 30 seconds, like this. Like, I do think you should have paint shelled the ground over here. The reason why I think it's important to paint shell the ground, by the way, isn't necessarily to break the util. It's to anchor the second player. Because if I know they're playing C, which Mata could probably feel it out in like a second or two. Honestly, you could send a Prowler in really quick to find out. Like, you can find out real quick if they're playing C. You could throw a Haunt right here. And if this person, Ben, breaks it, they're playing C. Because that person's definitely not alone there. So you can do some stuff to sniff out if there's people in C. And if there's people in C, you should go B. And you should fuck around with B. And then you can pivot back to C. You don't have to go into like this open lane. But it would have been nice to have Flya like get spotted and live a little bit more and come back with the team. I felt like he was always on these like solo missions like this and just didn't get any value. I think this was another key aspect of what went wrong. Like having a lurk against this. Like he's not getting a lot of value here. I guess he came back this run though. We had a death front B. Yeah, I don't know. I think we could have also used our C's ahead of time to like just get info on where that player was like in sight. C's is always really good to like get true info. And what I mean by that is like, where's she at? I never find her. There she is. Like if you throw the C's here, right, you can see the attachment thing. Like if it goes here, and then if the player comes up the ramp, you would be able to like probably see them on a swing if you throw this at the right spot. So this would be a good way to like clear out bend if you really wanted to. Like little tricks like this. This is like what we needed to do, because all you need to do is make this comp retake. And that's what TSM was able to do, or whoever racked up all those attack rounds against them. They kind of forced them to retake some of the rounds.
Well, M80's triple.
Yeah, you would have to pair. That's what I'm saying. Like you have to pair these abilities. Like the C's by itself isn't enough. The spam is by itself isn't enough. It would need one more thing. Like this C's somewhere like here as you're entering, you know, like combined with people like spamming like this little lip. You could even throw a haunt in this corner, so that way this person can't hear it if the C's attaches. If it doesn't attach, then the person would break it. If they break it, you know they're like in this box, so there's a high likelihood they would swing this side rather than this side. You're scaling out with like the Raise and Omen, like occupying this space, and then, you know, you just need like one more piece of util and you're swinging this corner in like a double peek. And I think we just needed to use Raise Omen together a little bit more. Raise Omen together seems very important in my head right now, just because they can get by the Sage slows, they can get by the Deadlock wall, they can get by the Deadlock C's. They're the ones that can like cut the distance for you and stay together to trade. I think that would have been a very impactful thing to do too.
Back to the MXS thing, I think their first half was pretty good. Like you can tell they had a very clear game plan. They knew exactly what they wanted to do on their defense side. It worked pretty well because they got M80 to slow down, right? They got them to kind of play outside of their comfort zones.
All right,
and then
we
when
go
you get into the
Icebox.
second half, they win the pistol. Things are looking great for MXS. They win the eco, everything's looking fantastic. Then all of a sudden, M80's composition just starts ramping up. Their stalwart defense, they have utility spread out on every site. It seemed like everywhere that MXS wanted to be, the players from M80 were arriving just in time.
And, you know, Roy, you have that experience being in IGL too. It's so exhausting on a 3-site map like this, where you have a defensive team against you that's playing so slow.
Nade is probably the best. Well, the nade doesn't break a lot of the Senti shit. So I think the nade versus triple Senti is very important to break the util, so that way you can at very least trust your instincts, right? The problem with not doing that is you don't know. Like you never know like where some of these Sentis are. Like you never, how the fuck do you know like that there's a cam high up here with like, you know, trips like blocking you in from pushing waterfall, and maybe like, you know, a trip out here and deadlocks stuns like coming out, the fucking whatever, the plants on the floor and shit. You know, like all this shit could be here, and you don't really know until it's too late. So this could allow someone like a Cypher to like sit here in cam and have like theoretically like, you know, heavy stacks over on like the right side of the map, potentially even like leaning. It's too Cypher. Let's grab random agents. You're like, this is a problem. This is a problem. That's why like dedicating your paint shell to break this stuff and basically knowing for sure every round that they don't have this locked down, like they don't have full confidence that we haven't walked in to see. That is very important, because then they have to play you straight up. You know, like you have to kind of force that across the map. Like you have to understand that that's not happening to you.
Players in every single.
Otherwise,
role,
you're just going to
really
stacks every
need
round.
Duelists. They don't need that sort of system.
You're
I know,
completely right too. I'm so sorry, but their actual duelist, right, KoalaNoob, was #1 Radiant ranked back in May, and yet with him having an underperforming game, M80 as a whole, all their
I
players.
thought it was
have highlight
interesting. Yeah,
moments.
Lunar.
Yeah, I know we were
Could
hyping up
be-
so much of like the KoalaNoob versus Mata, then
Could be like
KoalaNoob
people
lost
weren't
to Sage, and
available. I
we-
don't
oh,
know.
yeah, the
I have
triple
no idea
Sentinel.
why.
They picked this map for
Maybe people
a
needed a
reason,
break.
and after that 7-5 half went the way of MXS, once M80 got to use the triple Senti on defense, it became more and more obvious who was going to win the map at the end. So it's great to see kind of innovation in the compositions, but coming up next will be MXS's choice of map, and that's going to be Icebox. And at least Keg, on our pre-show, we were hyping up a lot of Mata's Reyna.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, again, if you're going against a team with no duelists whatsoever, it's definitely going to be a big struggle to go up against Arena. That's really going to be
Yeah.
the win
So
condition for
M80,
either one of these teams.
that's what they were
And
running
if
here
I'm
against the SM
Moist,
chat.
I desperately need to win against what could debatably be M80's best map, and then I would go to a map 3 where I haven't won so far this stage.
Yeah.
And Roy, well, we don't even need a duelist sometimes, right?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I mean, I was saying this
So
privately,
weird.
but I genuinely
is
think that M80's composition
similar to
on
that,
Icebox is one of the best on the map, right? Like they don't really need the duelist, but they haven't sacrificed the benefits of Jet. They still have the verticality with Omen. They still have that aggressive player. I
Yeah.
mean, the dude can play any role, and it feels like he's playing a duelist. Like he's playing Sage,
Okay.
he's swinging you, he's opping you, he's just running around the map. Now he's on Omen, just like teleporting up, teleporting down, teleporting away. They have smokes for the initial control. They just have like so many layers of utility on that map. So I think the kind of the main point is how interesting it'll be to see the clashes of two different philosophies on the map, right? Like you have the utility bomb composition with MXS, where they have the
like
Reyna leaders, they
matching
have the
what their
Gecko
buys
flashes.
are?
There's just so much utility they have at their disposal.
I don't think so. Honestly, if I knew that there was an op, I would probably call like a super scrimmy fucking strat. Like if I found that op, I would call a very scrimmy strat just to see how that op handled it. Especially if that op is on like Sage. I would probably like, what would I do against something like that shit? You know, like I'm talking like I'd probably bring the Cypher no matter which way I went. It doesn't matter which way I went. I would cage like this, I would cage like this, or like this. I would cam, you know, like the walls somewhere for like some kind of early piece of info, just to know how far I could get up. And then like maybe use another Omen smoke somewhere like, I would fucking like design a strat like very weird. Like very fucking weird. I would do something like this, and I would have my second cage from inside this cage go like right here, and then I would pop through this cage while it was up and make this opper's fucking life a living hell. Like I would make him hit some really hard fucking shots. That's my play. If I notice it, I don't try to counter op him. I try to like make this guy not want to op on Sage ever again. Like I'm doing stuff that he's never seen in scrims. I'm calling stuff that he's never seen. There's no way. You know, like I'm scrimming the fuck out of this guy. I'm telling my players to like play very, very aggressively. I might throw a smoke like this and then like Yeah, I might throw a smoke like that, like send a prowler like through here while like microing it like up here. So like it's like microed up top, but then like also mainly goes this way. And then I'm like popping through this smoke and I'm like going onto the site and shit potentially. Like it depends what our layers are for right here. You could have like something crazy, like a layer like a haunt over this wall as you're doing all this nonsense. I don't know. I'm just cooking on the fly. I don't fucking know.
And Mata talked about in an interview how he runs in with a game plan, his own game plan, he called it. And he doesn't, want to tell us about it, but his team have been setting up for success. And ever since they ran the Reyna Roy, they've been undefeated on Icebox.
Oh, fucking win this map, boys.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They have actually won 2 times where they won against Blinn, who's also a very good Icebox team. So I think the fact that they were able to defeat Blinn so easily speaks to the level of play they have on that map. And I'm actually like, I am very curious at this point, just like intellectual curiosity at this point to see like, okay, is Reyna really a better slot in here? Because it's pretty much identical composition. It's just Omen for Reyna, right? Like
I might not have done the standard Viper wall. Like now that I'm thinking about it, I think I wouldn't have. I think I might have done like the C Viper wall that you see a lot. Like I would have done different shit. I would have done weird shit against that triple Senti comp. I wouldn't have played it like a normal meta comp, the way that we tried to approach that attack half. Like we tried to like take a normal attack half and like kind of twist it a little bit and like tweak it and make it fitted to playing their comp. I think you should just scrap everything.
Much to our friends.
You need like different approaches
about like the verticality.
And then you need to take once, like if you have value with those approaches, then you can play like a default style. Once that comp is adapting to your nonsense and trying to beat the nonsense, then you can play default. But playing default right off the bat, like that comp is designed to beat the default comp. So you don't want to play a standard style against it. Like you don't want to be readable. You don't want to, have the same mound takes that everyone else has. That's M80 understands what these mound takes are.
KoalaNoob is going to pick up an op on defense when he's got the cash to do it on Omen, and will be able to go into some of those positions.
Like if you're playing the standard game against them right there, you've already lost, in my opinion.
If M80 take right now, if they take Icebox, MXS's map pick, they will have guaranteed their spot at Ascension in Monterey later this year.
And again, it is that no duelist setup here for M80. Otoshila able to take some contact here as the defenders push off that A site, eventually trade it out.
Fuck. Well, we know the Omen blind cut through, and we know 2 more push. That's a bad death.
Finding some success through the middle part of the map there is Net.
We can account for 3 of the 4 there, and we just found the 4th. We are willing to take this fight. Look how loose Vic is playing right now. He knows what I'm saying. He has about 5 seconds of a one-on-one.
Retake with this man advantage, of course, and BCJ still has
he knows that timing is gone though.
Spike too.
KoalaNoob. Actually, I think that's a player over towards mid that got brought down there. It's all going to be up to Vic over there. Flyer has to do some serious work here through kitchen, and he didn't cook enough.
1-on-3, fuck.
Gonna be Vic. You see that one way being thrown down here by the defenders. That's what the Omen offers you on this particular map, and eventually he had to stand and deliver. It's going to be M80 picking up a pistol round here. Starting off with a bang on defense.
Yeah, when need be, this comp can be pretty potent on the retakes, having the additional smokes from KoalaNoob that you just pointed out, getting the one-ways down, and then also just the ability to flood with all of the flashes that they've got, which was on display in that round too, not in the case of a flood, but how effective it is to sync up additional initiator utility with your Gecko when he's throwing out that Dizzy, being forced to break it, and then all of a sudden a KO pop flash goes straight into your eyes, can't see a thing. That's how M80 got that man advantage, got that pistol round win. They're now going to be hunting for a nice, clean anti-eco.
BCJ, they're going to be struck by the Dizzy, but of course they're trying to funnel as many orbs as they can into the Gecko.
Trying to put something
promoted a push up mid by MXS, which Net is about to spot. The question is, does he get away with his head still intact?
Ooh,
yes, takes a shot. Putting on either way though, trying to play off the contact.
Intact. Halfway intact.
What a shot from BCJ.
Good timing, this little re-clear, re-pushing with Xander, taking the space in mid, using the Dizzy for some info gathering. And now they can work back towards A, M80, pick those positions back up just in time.
What the
Like
fuck?
Raptor's
Why is that
presence here for
happening?
Xander.
Fucking Windows
Have a
tapping.
better weaponry for M80, a lot to work with now. The Dizzy going to be felled instantly, but Xander was a little bit exposed. He tucks to the right side. Marta going to be falling to a nano swarm there.
Down 4.
Set up by Net Prior. BCJ playing off the
there's a
corner. He's
chance.
waiting for a teammate to play off him. It's going to be Xander there on the off angle. Lee's brought down to just 5 health, and he'll be claimed by the molly.
All right.
Clean enough for
So
M80.
I think I'm speculating something that we're gonna see is something that I saw TSM do. Was like a high dizzy mid that would basically get like it goes like over the tube like this, so it's getting like all of this shit, right? Like the dizzy's getting all of it. The Reyna's coming up, the Reyna's leering up high through the tube, and I'm fairly certain the KO's throwing a fucking flash for them. Maybe like from back here, like over the wall. Maybe TSM doesn't have this, but they should have this. I'm imagining we're gonna see something like that. We'll
Top
see.
of yellow, like a jet might at the start of the round. BCJ again going to be struck by the Dizzy, but more than happy to get his orb and get out. 2 away from ult. Not bad considering he hasn't been involved in that much fighting. Didn't see anything on the pistol really, except Otoshima, who was
Oh,
overwhelmed.
for sure. Him playing like a lot of agents will definitely help his like VCT
Lotus
chances. Being,
trying
like,
to
picked
take up a cheeky bit of positioning to wait out a peek. Might get one from Rafters. I'll have to see. Net seems to be
Been patient.
very patient.
I know you want
yeah.
to clear this net. Yeah.
And then we play
yeah.
Lotus like this,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah,
Giving
you
up
really
Rivalry
wanted
up
that
an opportunity
info.
either way. And
You
this is
got
enough
it.
for MXS to say, okay, how many players can we draw across here? We might end up
Yeah,
going
we're definitely
for B, or
not
maybe just
going
look
B.
through mid here.
You guys should probably rotate A.
M80 starting to rotate towards A for the time being.
Yeah.
Yeah, evidently
Everyone
drawing
go
a
A quick.
lot off of that little moment.
Still,
The entirety of the team gambling.
they're assuming there was a noise cut maybe by MXS on A. That hasn't happened. Instead, they're all over this B site now. They've cleared yellow with that 0 point. Dizzy sees nothing, so they have to know it's time for a plant here.
30 seconds left.
Wingman is able to throw it down, and now without net, M80 have to play a full retake here with 0 information about the map on the B
Okay, that's
side.
right. I was wondering where the fuck Nismo just flashed. That's why I was like going back.
5 as well. Lesser weaponry. Incredibly
That was
tough.
different.
We'll see how clean MXS can make this. I don't want to get too ahead of myself,
Wait,
but
what
they
is this plan?
really should be winning this out.
But oh, he's able to dodge away from the paranoia. KoalaNoob thought it might be safe to TP4, but it was not.
Okay, 1 on 4.
BCJ at least able to find the 1 here. Poison orb thrown up to try and screen the attackers away from the spike. But it's just Nismo with a ghost. And he gets spotted out there by that
No
0
team
point
has
late
made
in the
Ascension
round.
yet. The winner of this game will be the
If you
first
can get
team,
anything on the way out,
actually,
and Brock
Keegan.
does go down to the ghost. That will be that.
You
And
took on
MXS
it,
get
so we're not
themselves
good
on the
to-
board here. They're going to give up no more guns, taking 3 in round 4.
Just a tad bit of damage, but nothing significant. Simple.
Just to answer my own
effective from
questions.
MXS really drawing a big rotate from M80, who were content to gamble just a bit on that bonus round.
Oh, I see.
Did not have
You're
the
asking
best
for the
weaponry.
other regions.
So
Okay,
figured
I
they'd
thought you meant
buy into
America's.
their own read, which was that there was
Okay,
going to
okay.
be that silent
I'm
re-hit onto
sorry.
A. Didn't come. And now they've got
So
their full
for
buy
our
active with
region,
KoalaNoob
we have no one
immediately
qualified
picking
yet.
up that operator.
But you can see these are the teams that have qualified.
And that
So
Thresh is on
they
line
have
here for
all of the teams from the
BCJ.
other regions here.
Maybe a round or so late in some cases, but Gecko can't always orb max
Oh no.
as he'd like. Okay.
Why don't you hold that, Koala? Why do you hold that?
The angle just as Marta comes around a corner, and Empress
is
is
that
popped
flash?
instantly. Leas
Awesome
are
ball.
available, of course, here, and there's a lot of util for MXS to overrun this site. M80 trying to get in position. Needs to able to receive Marta there. The Empress gets shut down instantly. It was 2 for Uncle. And that's all he's going to get. Thrash comes now down in a 3 versus 3 situation. And Vic is pushed up pretty deep over towards Boiler now. Has to watch out for the double face. And Wingman starting to go to work. It's that Rafters presence taken
Net!
down by Vic. But he
No!
gets out. And in a round where MXS bring up so much into the
Dude,
round.
Net has played
util-wise,
so good today.
ult-wise,
Fuck.
They get slapped back down.
And that's just BCJ and Nismo attached to the hip. They're playing together behind the wall, ready to anchor.
Oh,
Didn't even look like it crossed their minds to fall
I guess the
back
KO
into
flash,
the site.
the underhand KO
With a
flash didn't
player
get them.
down and with their Omen down specifically,
Flyer.
that really takes away a lot of the utility for the retake, not having those smokes or the paranoia to cut off some of those angles, right? So they just stay in, and Anchor Nismo goes
Are
off.
duelists obsolete? No.
Has
no,
always
no,
been
no.
very solid on this map, on the KO, definitely.
Duelists
map
add a
and an
level of
agent that I really do
variance.
associate with his play.
That like even someone like
Cut
myself
into
who
that
like
corner by
could
Jen,
like
going the
Valo
other
plan
side of the
up
Viper.
like a lot of
That's what
shit and like
Dacian
craft like all these crazy
There's an
plays.
ulti Rainer in the round.
Any play I could
I
create
like to see it.
could get
KoalaNoob here
beaten
with
by
the operator
like
in hand once more.
Arena
Have to
swing,
reinvest in
one-shotting
it, so
someone
it
and
is half
dismissing
armor.
away, or a Jet,
Oh,
one
gets brought
like
down by
opping
Vic
someone and
Rubin.
dashing
He is
away.
trying
Like,
to take some real big swings.
duelists
and they're
will
not paying
never
off.
be obsolete.
He
because
is
of
having
that.
a tough time so
It's just
far.
teams
trying
that
to be the more
play with that, play with a
proactive
higher
of the two
level
when
of risk in
it
their
comes
play.
to those first duel engagements. And again now, similar situation. MXS just want to accelerate into A after finding that first kill. Stifled by the mollies. But M80 a bit too far away to get into the site, at least now, to fight.
We snuck in
Mata
there.
is deep, just where he wants to be here. BCJ didn't know where to look. There was a player from above, and of course, Mata heading over towards Boiler here. Then able to bring him down from Rafter, and again, this defensive flood is worked out. Behind that null command of Nismo. And now it's up to Brock here in that 1 versus 2. Spike yet to be planted, drops in behind, makes noise, and at least recovers the objective. But a double swing will be his undoing. He's down to 5 HP. And Alexander and Nismo are going to have another crack at it. Brock with just 5 HP here to try and salvage the round for MXS.
God damn it.
And buy into the next at the very least here. But Xana completes 3. Beautiful anchoring here, or the retake rather, from M80 as they flooded back in.
And nicely done from the OG M80 duo. Trying to make it back to Ascension for a second time.
I'm
Nismo,
feeling sad,
Xander
chat.
sticking together.
I'm feeling scared
after their failed
and
attempt
sad.
coming up just short second place last year.
Fuck.
Nicely played from them, and nicely played from the team as a whole again on A. For a second there thought perhaps they missed the timing of trying to flood in. They were a bit far away when the mollies were popped by net that delayed MXS, but it was just long enough of a delay for them to use that null command, in the hands of Nismo. Just fly back into the site
top
together.
side. Some teams don't like playing top
M80
side.
are looking phenomenal early on Icebox here.
Also, Wingman plants up
They
there. can go
really
weird.
have leveled up as a team so much since Net joined. Since the process of integrating him into this team began just
I feel like we're doing a very poor job right now on this map of getting into like good number. I mean, honestly, I could say that about both maps. Getting into like good number posts. It feels like either the rounds are won with the initial fights or lost with the initial fights. And it's not like we're waiting for the retake wave very often. It's like we shove all in very quick. You know, like we get the kills on A, we pop flash through the wall. We approach A, we're pushing mod at a back site, and we're like double swing back site. Like, it's like we're shoving all in like so quick on these rounds.
Perched up on yellow towards the B side.
Net early just jiggling towards belt. Here's a lot of audio cues.
I would
the
say
attacking
most
utility.
use them, but
And
it's
that'll
literally all
force him to
preference.
Fall off as
Players take them
B.
off.
M80 have gotten very active. Xander
I used to
pushed
take mine off.
very far down.
Vic
Big fight.
surrounded here by assailants.
Nice little strafe. That was a great. Oh fuck!
He wins them both out.
Oh
There's
my god! I
the
didn't see that on my menu
Oh,
map.
that might be an audible
He's
call
more-
here
he's
by
more
MXS.
aware
They
than
can
I
keep part
am.
of that A side, but they might just pull out.
KoalaNoob is still over.
They might just
Back
pull
yellow
up.
though.
Excuse me.
MXS have a lot of time to play with. There's a minute on the clock. Opportunity for KoalaNoob with the operator to finally get some value with this investment. And off that shot, MXS say, no, thank you. Let's just go back to A. But that will result in them contending with the other two remaining M80 players who will be doubling up. They will be anchoring this all or nothing for BCJ and Net.
Oh god. Yes. Lear!
Here it is, Mata, from the top of pipes. Pressure started him out here on M80, but the men are good
Bro,
at setting their feet and fighting on these sides.
what are we
BCJ able to bring
doing,
Brook down
man?
and get out
Just
alive is
you
huge.
till
And now the
dump them,
lockdown, This is going to make things
please.
a little bit dicey. The clock is ticking.
Just fucking dump
17
the
seconds to
util.
play with. And MXS have to make their way over towards B, but Vic could be a problem. Inserted now back towards their spawn, but he gives away his position. That Spike is going to get down just in time, and Vic able to find BCJ is massive. This round from Vic is unbelievable.
Thank
Just a
goodness.
bug in the system,
my
unraveling M80.
So chaotic. MXS just every single round on attack. They're going to make
I don't know why they were so scared to peek that guy. Like, dude, that Lear for that swing is, in my opinion, one of the best Reyna Lears in the entire game. Like, the swing for that 410 player, I guess mainly if you're down low, but like this Lear, this distance for this player, it's so cooked. Like, that player is fucked at that point, and there's no one to break it for him.
Really long
It would have had to have been the
intervals.
Gecko that swung,
But Vic
and if
bails
that
them
happened,
out,
the whole shit
forces
is over.
M80
But no
onto
one
an
swung
eco.
with the Lear, and it took
They're
forever.
thrown out, but they're close enough there not to be too impacted by it. Ends up being a trade here. Got to feel pretty good for the defenders, but eventually KoalaNoob will be expunged from this part of the map. Net's gotten deep down mid here. In a position to hear much of the movements. If
We
they're
do
made.
need Vic activated, yeah. I love
Will be
seeing.
watched though by Otoshima, who also
Vic
has
coming
that
online
turret to
like
play off
that.
of for contact. Now we've slowed the pace down a little bit. MXS.
They have the
encroaching over
cutoff.
North B. They don't know about yellow. That
This
hasn't
is
been
so
clear.
scary
Quiet
because
is not
this
inclined
type
to
of
use
shit
the
has
0
been
point
happening
to
all
confirm.
series, where it's like
He's
we're
most
not
probably
even
don't know
aware
who
we're
else is
pinned
playing
in.
off that KO. They
Oh,
only
good
see one.
information. That got BCJ though, and they already spotted the KO, right? So they know two are here.
And they know that he's most likely fallen back towards a snowman here. It's all set up for MXS. Vic wants to wrap around now, and the timing is good. He catches BCJ out, but is that a cost?
Shots, Vic.
He found with a classic.
Oh, he went
Now
for
down
the
to net, and a 1
jumpy.
versus 2. A round that should have been pretty straightforward for MXS. Gets a bit rocky. And M80 keep a lid on that bank.
Yeah, Rocky off that aggression early from M80, just funneling down B. Where because of how close that
The fuck are these
defender
guys looking at?
barrier is, you can get right up into the attacker's
Fuck are
face
y'all looking at?
if they're showing any presence early B. I mean, sometimes you even see the defenders just pick up Buckies and run straight down at the attackers because you can meet them there so easily. So a bit of damage done, keeping the MXS economy honest enough, I suppose, as we head into a round with
There's a
many ultimates available on both sides.
I am being very
It's
aggressive
like the
towards
poison
these
off up
cute
Vic's able
animals.
to get ahead of it, but there was a turret left
I don't know
there.
what's gotten
That's
into me
pretty
today,
standard.
truthfully.
So he backs away, but Ned doesn't know just how far forward the attacker
This is a
have got.
very, very early.
He just
I call it the
rechecked
scary
it
pit.
then. And Marta's going to pop the
See, it was
Empress
the
now
first one I saw it do
towards
it.
that A side of the map, but
But this
hard
is a
to do
super
too
early
much here with
pit
the
because what it
Viper's
does
picking play.
is it obviously makes the Viper play
And
inside.
of note here
But what
as
it
well,
also
this null
does is
command
make
from
someone
Flyout,
hold
where he
this
stood
avenue,
towards A.
which they slipped an alarm
Net
bot in.
is
Kind of
anchoring the A
nice.
site with his utility,
But
so that null command will shut
Net's
off
still
all
there.
of the mollies, the alarm bot, if the hit does come in there.
they're going to try mid again.
Ooh, this is good.
Okay, the turret did wake up.
They're gonna do a
Or
mid
was
split with null
removed,
command.
rather. I think that was a little too far away from it, but
Holy fuck,
He knows
chat.
it's been
We're
broken
doing a
now.
mid split on Icebox.
this gets
2024.
a little bit awkward for BCJ. Doesn't quite know if this is going to be under tube or through it.
Wow. It's officially 2024.
We're splitting A on Icebox.
30 seconds left. Here
Hold
comes that
on
null
tight,
command
here
out.
we
That's
go.
in the middle part of the map here. Fly is using it over towards A. What?
Yeah. Oh
okay,
my god,
he was
thank you.
blind. Either way, BCJ able to find Vic briefly. Trade it
What
out.
a
Nismo now
fucking
ready for more
awareness.
action towards Boiler, and it's going to be a pin
Peak by
is sat in
Nismo, what the-
rafters.
10 seconds left.
Very little time left in the round, and Xander shuts down the wingman plant. It's all up to Otoshima here. And he's going to hope to hold onto his gun. That would be best case scenario.
I mean, 10 seconds left, not even an opportunity to try to replant that spike, going all the way down to the clock's very end yet again from MXS. And Mitch, the year is 2024. Icebox has been in the game for how long?
Wait a second.
3 years.
This guy
3.5
listening to my
years.
fucking
I've
binds?
still never seen a mid to A split work. It's simply never happened. This map, man, just like genuinely could have just ran it down A with a null command.
Yeah.
But I respect the effort. They're trying to mix that up, but
They
the
just did
splits
nothing
on
at
this
B, it
map
was too
are
late.
a nightmare to try to pull off, man.
Yeah, better
Man,
off
I
to
could
leave those
fucking
routes for late
critique the
flanks
shit out
in
of that
post-plant scenarios than to try and divide your forces and get onto the site via that mechanism.
I mean, especially with the window,
Another
they're getting
mid
shot
push.
from so many angles trying to cross there. Just a
This
nightmare
looks like a
situation.
double lurk mid to A.
And now this is the economy on the line for Moist Shopify in this round as Brock dodges that knife. Will allow him to use the thrash with no delay.
This Thrash, by the way, can't get into Crow's Nest at all or to Rafters. So it actually gets stopped short in the end. This time, Net's turret going to be removed once more. He will
Oh, no,
play
he
off
saw
of
him.
it and bring
Oh,
Vic down,
fuck.
but not before he deals with the player in Boiler.
Dude.
But his anchoring from M80 is almost Leviathan-esque. They're staving MXS off quite comfortably.
One enemy
And the spike is loose right now. Marta down. Flyer had to push the smoke to try and find something, but that was not enough.
This is not looking good.
Nismo really just understands this map, understands the timings playing KO here.
So yeah, this is that prior round, and if I were to be like very critical of it, here's what I would say. I would say the strat is super good, right? They're going up through mid. This is actually hurting them. To break this turret right now hurts them. They want the turret there. They want someone to think that the turret is holding mid. So I think not breaking or breaking this turret right now, I want to say peaks mid breaks it. Yeah, ahead of the strat. In this time, no one's putting pressure on B. So like they actually have 3 people at B, but look at the time and then look at when they go. Like, bro, they don't go through this until 24, and by that time, 2 of those B players have rotated. Like they massively missed their timing there.
Xander in that last round, it never got tested. Clear out
They're like
towards yellow.
so far off their timing.
Here comes that util man. Think, oh
The
god.
good play, horrible time to do it.
Eventually, though, he will be able to walk up here on B. And maybe still
What comes
unsure.
in, sticks it.
KoalaNoob is what? He sticks this. Okay. They have reinforced the B site. And it looks like MXS are mostly committed here.
That one-way goes down, which will allow M80 to fight, and Xander finds the perfect timing.
He's stuck out in the open, though. It has to fight that out, and even the trade attempt on Xander gets shut down by Mata.
All right, we got lockdown
KoalaNoob now wants to
2. Just
fall
get the
off this a little
post
further.
going. Send wingman in
There's
the
enough
plant.
time being bought for BCJ to reinforce via kitchen. And KoalaNoob can play from outside of this
Fuck you
lockdown.
up to, wingman. Go plant.
Maybe refresh that one way. No, actually, we'll just cut Mata off the rest of his team.
30 seconds left.
He'll be sitting on top of that wingman as they plant.
He's trying to find a forward position as the pit goes down from Vic.
This ult is gonna clear Mata. I hope
lot of
he's ready for
kills.
this. Like BCJ's ult.
Random shots through the pit, just hoping to connect on to the Viper. Not going to happen. Mata's position is looking so good right now. When this wall drops or when he pushes through it.
Oh, beautiful Mata!
Beautiful
3
play,
there and 4
Mata.
for the round.
Holy fuck.
Gets himself into the cookie jar.
Okay, doesn't want the ult.
And MXS could sit back inside their Viper spin and let him
Holy
do the
shit.
dirty work.
We needed that
M80
so bad.
really wanted to get proactive off of
Holy
that
fuck.
one way that KoalaNoob put onto main. Xander found that perfect timing to at least collect the one back yellow.
That was so cold.
But it ended up putting M80 in a position where they just
God, those are-
over-aggressed in the
I would
mid-round
fail at that
into
so
the
bad.
waiting crosshairs of the MXS players.
That 3K is so difficult for me. I don't know why.
Their economy has been so good, though. Not going to be punished too hard for that. They can buy up
I
here,
feel like
but
the
MXS,
secret
if they
is
win
to
this
be
round, they
fast
have
as
an
fuck.
opportunity
Like,
to
get
tie
that
up
second
the
kill
half. It
before the
would
second guy
break
can even
M80's
react.
economy.
Like, it's just so fast to get that
BCJ
second
playing
kill.
close here. Probably too far away, RMXS, to be caught. But we can just loop around and have that mostly recoverable. Yeah, BCJ can scoop that one back up here, and this has definitely slowed MXS down. Another Thrasher available for a later point in this round for the defenders.
Lear goes out. The more Shopify side to try and re-clear into B main. Mata gets that, Empress pops it straight away.
BCJ is creeping up here.
The
onto the
consistent
side again.
one-ways here tell us that
They
they're
might be thinking of
probably
running the
fighting for
thrash
this
back.
in some kind of way.
See, it's all a matter of timing. Just how deep do MXS get? And it would really be only Xander that could play off of the detainment.
Yeah.
It does look like it's the plan why. In he comes.
Wow, very proactive Thrash right now, but gets
Nice
canceled by the knife, and
fucking
Mata catches him
kill,
around the
bro.
corner. What a shot!
Now this could be a problem
shit,
now.
that was
Xander,
too
though, able
bold.
to deal with the Reyna.
That was
Flashed
way
out
too
and doesn't have a
bold.
lot of cover. It's going to be KoalaNoob to step up and try and play off this one way.
No way.
But won't be able to see any of the players until they actually emerge properly.
Fuck.
And spray at the corner there will force Brock back. 20 seconds left on the clock.
20
Again, MXS to let
seconds,
this
man.
tick down. They've got to go for it. Xander falls though. Flyer able to get the win out towards yellow. And KoalaNoob gets real deep. Doesn't even look at the wingman because he finds himself
Holy
a couple
fuck.
freebies.
Oh
And now
my
Icebox in that
God,
1 versus 2.
dude.
The 0 point is back
6 HP on
online.
Brock.
God, this team makes me panic the way they play the clock. Just running it down to the last second. Swings at the perfect time to shut down
Dude.
Nismo. M80's economy in tatters after that round.
This game is... You're gonna make me have a
It was
fucking
bit
heart attack.
Scrappy. The time was so low.
All of our rounds are so
Mata getting
scrappy.
traded out back.
Scrappy
Yellow
is the
flies
perfect
flash.
word to describe it from Wyatt. Like, dude, our rounds are so goddamn, like, it's a grind. It's such a grind. I feel like their rounds are so, like, pretty and organized, and our rounds are, like, Bro, we're just taking the crayons and we're fucking going super hard. Like, bro, it's holy shit.
We'll have an attacking Thrash. Leo gets him out. Dizzy also going to be combined with that. Only 2 players here. There is Killjoy utility at the very least, and KoalaNoob's been able to push up on A. Here's the attacking Thrash.
It's because that knife caught the player back.
Wait, what are these numbers?
Of all time onto
Let's
BCJ.
fucking go. This is the one we were looking for. Wait.
MXS were ready for it. A lot of big ultimates getting used on this round. Null command also deployed.
Make me not regret this.
Onishima watching the flank with an operator.
Res our boy.
Very, very hard for KoalaNoob to do much more than push up out of A.
Please res our boy. I'm begging you to res our boy.
Nismo down, not in a position to pick him back up. And MXS have been able to even up the map, heading into half time.
Simple but very effective from the Moist Shopify team. Taking all of B main with the Thrash. Wait for the Thrash to be able to be used.
What's good, goat? What's up, Lucas, Roy Kim, Sacred? I know Sacred from Ranked. I don't know Lucas and Roy Kim. I don't think. Probably do, but Alias is missing and stuff.
Earns in that final round, and despite how dominant M80 looked on defense early on in that half, a great recovery from MXS. M80 just not able to succeed over on that B site as they did on A. Their play on A was significantly better.
What the fuck? What the
we have here coming out of the pistol on this second half. M80 were able to put it together pretty well. They were anchoring in general side holds over.
That's like
impeccable.
I'll call it a one-way because it kind of is.
Even now is.
It's like a bit of a one-way that you put on top of that box to prevent people from wanting to push it. You can see feet ahead of like them coming through the smoke.
MXS controlling the other side of the map, B main. Seems very likely we'll be headed into a full retake situation. Certainly so with Onishima falling off.
Bro, we didn't have a single. I feel like we had no A rounds like this shot. Not a single one, yeah?
Wingman Plan going to come down, and now MXS have an opportunity here with a little bit of time to set up and try and encircle. Again, standard turret set up there by Net, and he's able to play off of it to remove Flyer from the equation. This means that the flank potential has now been nullified. Marta's not going to bother with it. He's going to have to come in from Boiler. And M80 are pretty well set up around this with those Omen one-ways consistently making it hard for MXS to get in. Xander could be huge here.
Contact.
Yeah, he's massive. 2 kills from under rafters, make it 3.
What a shot.
Oh, give it to him.
Come on, man. You can't let him get all of those. How does he get a 4th? M80 were entrenched so deep into the site. Set up perfectly.
This feels so bad.
Net gets that crucial kill on the flank, and then just before Xander
took what's good, Lena?
Paranoia from KoalaNoob. A little bit of delay.
I told them, but they probably forgot.
And the BCJ ready to throw
I'm doing the Raze cosplay tonight,
contact, blind everybody up.
I'm nervous. It's going to be crazy.
Great way to fully stifle and just put that attempt at a retake into the dirt.
It's going to be pretty nuts.
Another pistol for M80. Another outlaw for KoalaNoob.
I like the idea from Flyer. And honestly, a great molly to force the outlaw off that angle. Potentially letting the
there was a chance
shotgun player get in close. But the DC timing was superb. And again, M80 have to be meticulous to some degree here. Going up against what they know is an anti-eco. They have not lost to too many of these rounds on their run through playoffs so far. And this one looks to be no exception. Behind the Vibe wall, they can set up. And remember, the Omen that they have access to, because they have no duelist, gives them that smoke for Snowman after the Viper wall comes down.
And at this point,
did she help? She did it all.
Play this in textbook fashion. Try and get out
all the heavy
of the weapons that you've got. Carry them into the next for that pure bonus. M80 are looking good right now on the map pick of Moist Shopify. A bold pick for Moist Shopify, to be frank. This has been one of M80's go-to maps all year long.
Just hanging out.
So it was never going to be
just
easy
chatting
for
category
MSS,
instead of Valorant.
Being their pick.
And you know what?
Wait, this guy was going to shoot our body.
I'm clean up the
so tired of the
MXS definitely hoping to perish to the spike if they could. But M80 have only lost this map once this year. Actually, yeah. Icebox, over the course of this entire Challenges season, they've lost it only to Blid.
Today,
that, in stage 1, they were squeaky clean on it, beating such teams as Turtle Troop and TSM. And then they came around here in stage 2 and also really put on a show for us.
No fall
that
damage,
blue
though,
loss, I
right?
think just really stands out. But as was talked about, I think on the desk, Blinn are a great Icebox team as well. So M80 have to feel really good about the way this map pool has happened because MXS were like a breeze and split team in stage 1. So the map rotation of maps definitely hurt them, and they had to find other edges.
Early aggression from MXS,
Deep
pushing
alarm
forward,
bot,
taking
but
some
the killjoy
space.
is detected.
Dizzy misses, but ultimately irrelevant. I am keeping my eyes here on KoalaNoob because of that investment into the shotgun, etc. from MXS. They have a lot of light armor players that are in danger of that outlaw. So one peek gone awry, an attempt at a jiggle spot could result in a man down if KoalaNoob has his eyes on it.
It's only going to be Vic here at the
Vic
B
has
side.
no eyes on mid, so he's like constantly
forward
worried about
position.
this lurk right now. And he also has to be holding
Pings
B.
here again. M80 want to clear these close
This is
corners.
scuffed.
Definitely still feeling
Okay, now has someone holding his mid.
the chance of some shenanigans from the defenders. That Molly should be on the B site to prevent a swing out onto the planted location. And BCJ will throw it down. Eyes straight towards mid
Another
here.
5v5 post.
Spike planted.
I feel like they gave us no
Maybe
5v5
pressing forward
posts like
just
this.
a little bit, but ultimately going to fall back. A bit of utility to play with,
Good
but
knife.
nothing too crazy.
Okay, Leah goes
Now
up.
trying to
That's
fight forward
a
again.
really good
Good
mosh
mosh here on the back
actually.
of yellow. This really unseats M80 to some degree.
Oh,
BCJ
fuck.
able to hold it down.
No
Basically
way,
on the side
dude.
itself. Have the Otoshima and Mata here to make something happen. And BCJ should be able
What
to
the
take contact.
fuck?
Yep,
What
on
a
the
round by
former. Mata
BCJ.
playing from above gets one. And then he'll have to walk away with the rifle and nothing else to your name. M80 have been squeaky clean so far in the second half.
Relegated to save.
Yo, Joshy, thanks for
For an
gifting one,
attempt to be a
Alina.
hero
Oh my
with the
god,
lone
dude.
vandal
This is
on
not
this
looking good,
following
chat.
round. M80 fell back a bit and then found this timing where they decided to re-push, fight through that wall. BCJ, Xander. And they caught the perfect moment. MXS not prepared for that sort of delayed aggression from the attackers. And it's got them on a pure eco aside from that.
Alright, Motto
Rifle,
with
of course,
this
Sheriffs as
Vandal.
well.
Let's keep an
This
eye
is a
on him.
real opportunity for
Replay.
M80 to extend the
No
lead,
one's over here.
extend their
Likely a
economic
nano
lead
being
as
thrown
well.
here. Do we break
Snowball into
this?
some of these
I
ultimates.
think breaking this nano is
They've
quite
already
important.
got a thrash and a Viper's Pit for the next gun round. I mean, so long as they clean things up here
I think,
effectively.
yeah, Otoshima got it. Nice. Oh no, we did get it.
Close push
Fuck.
up here by the defenders again. Been thwarted already once this half. They are deep in net. Okay, might be good for one, but yeah, always tough to take the second down. KoalaNoob though, playing that curry spot. Was able to find Flyer and turn it into a trade up for the attackers. And they know this A side's going to be pretty lightly held.
Fire Sage.
Sad to say, with Vic's grip on his weapon after he lifelessly falls to the ground. And Brock with that recovered Vandal is the last player in the round.
He did say crazy.
Yeah, and the call there from Net for the rest of the team is too simple. Realizing the amount of aggression, the number of bodies pushed down B just lets the rest of the squad know to accelerate into that essentially unguarded or lightly guarded A site. And M80
Bro, all of
closer to
all of the
finish
server could
line
hang
to
in tier
returning
one.
to the
I'll
Ascension
say
tournament.
that.
They are on
I was
the
gonna
cusp.
say all of
And you know how
M80,
much
but
it
that
means
would
for
be a
these guys.
disservice
They've
to our team.
stuck together as a
I
unit,
truly
the
believe
core
that
three,
everyone in the server can hang in tier 1.
all year long after playing all of last year for this moment. And they are so close to grasping it, just a few rounds away.
You could see how they looked after they won that first map right. That's how much winning a Lotus meant to them. Knowing that they could walk onto Icebox here, a map where they always feel good for their shot at Ascension.
We
Has to have been a great
absolutely
feeling.
need to win
And
this
they're
round,
walking into a
chat.
round like this one,
Okay.
with your opponents kind of forcing up many half-armed
It'll be a
targets
difficult
and a
one.
thrash to your name.
Because yeah,
And
they're
maybe in a really good
they've
position.
got this combo, right? So we're
Full
either gonna
round
see
and
like the
on.
thrash here that
Xander
loops
had
the
collected
site,
a lot of,
or we're gonna
just
see the thrash
sort
probably
of
here that
insignificant
like
to the round
hops,
kills, like post
hops,
spike plant killing
and, like,
eco
loops the
players.
site this
But it
way.
matters now because he has the Viper Spit. You have the thrash to take the site, and the
Ooh,
Viper's
is he gonna
Pit to
solo
hold it.
ult over here? Or is he showing presence?
Perfect recipe here for M80.
Good timing by Mata slipping
As he
in.
sees very little over at A, and behind that, Mata has pushed up. Be something for M80 to be aware of now as the round ticks down. They are peeing close here, so they are
This is so weird. We're
anticipating,
aggro B
for
and
whatever
A.
reason, an aggressive
What
push
the
up
fuck could
here,
we
but they're
possibly
expecting
think is
presence
happening
from
right
jail.
now?
That's a whole different story.
We are so
This
confused.
is new from Mata. And this is the benefit of playing Reyna so long as he connects that first bullet and will ability to get out of dodge. Actually, in need of some assistance. Really in need of it.
He doesn't
and
cross.
unable to get it.
He didn't cross back. I think maybe he thought he could get more. Maybe he thought he'd implied the cross and that was enough.
Dude.
It wasn't in the end. Viper's Pit available for a post plant, but the spike has not been deployed yet. Xander, though, is going to throw it down regardless.
Painful.
And it will be a wingman plant.
That's a great flash for that
To ask
scenario.
for
What
here
the
out of
fuck?
MXS. At least Flyer made some space there behind that molly, but Vic will have to dive into the pit and find what he can. Nismo, though, maladroitly swings out of the Viper's Pit.
What was Vic turning from? I
They
haven't
maybe
seen
need
it.
to cool it down.
Fly didn't even throw a flash.
Serious risk of overheating here in this post plant. They do. They back into the pit. Force MXS to come fishing.
There was an early wingman immediately
This
broken.
guy in
Really
the
the only
corner.
tool to expose anyone in that pit.
Oh
removed.
no.
Oh, Net.
Bro,
Such a
Net
rat.
has gotten
Another
so many
fantastic
big
post-plant
kills.
position. And now Vic has to do it all here. Big investment in this round for MXS. They came in with that half armor. With 63 health, Vic has to make this happen. There just isn't enough time, folks. The Viper's Pit shut them down. And M80 get to 11, once again breaking MXS's bank.
They're just making it
hiding.
look all too easy
he's
right
looking
now.
down and away.
This is such a strong M80 team.
God.
Simple to win out the round in the context of having those ultimates, and now Net has built up the lockdown to try and further extend the lead.
Xanders.
Get
They're
them that
feeling it,
win.
man.
They are on
They're
the cusp.
they're feeling
so
like they're
close.
right there right now.
That makes us call a late timeout into the game from their coach Mac.
Gotta wonder what the plan was there for Mata. He hits the dismiss. Perhaps he thinks he can't cross back over towards 410 safely.
I don't think he could have. I'm pretty sure he would have gotten out of it.
Hopefully
and
so,
been
Katie.
exposed for about a
I just have a
second.
pit in my stomach.
So just tried to stay
After
tried
last
to get
year,
a
you
second,
know?
but ultimately heard players encircling him from both behind and
Listen, champs.
that player
The
forward.
time zone
on
does make it
belt,
difficult for like
which
the NA viewer.
ultimately
Yeah.
there was just nothing.
I'll be
you
catching
could
all the
do there.
games on
Had
my
to
stream.
Try to fight and get a second, but
But yeah, I totally get it.
completely caught out.
It's-
So much early aggression right now from MXS, and it just
It repeats itself.
has really not
Dude,
resulted in
That would
any
not
value.
be fun. That
up
would
until
not
this
be fucking
point.
fun.
I mean, look at this round. It's a glass cannon.
It's
for
definitely
Mata.
feeling,
Half
like
armor
that.
for most of the team.
which
And
is
even
why
at
I'm
this
like
timeout,
so.
KoalaNoob is picking up an operator.
I don't even know.
I
don't even know what to
KoalaNoob,
say
he
about
likes to
this.
op on attack regardless, but against a team that's walking down on you like MXS are, just picking up an angle with that op, you got a fair shot getting that first kill.
Yeah, they open another round here with this really aggressive posturing towards green.
All out P.
They fall off
Oh,
of it.
they
Again, another
immediately
missed shot for
Go off,
KoalaNoob.
yeah.
Now that will at least give M80 some breathing room on the B side of the
Keep
map.
showing
as
it,
all
but
of MXS
yeah,
fall off
PTSD.
back to more defensive positions.
These guys were here last
They
year,
expect
guys.
M80 to ping back over towards the
June
A side. That is
8th,
not
they
what is
lost
happening.
2-0 in the upper finals
Oh,
of challengers
what
to
an
M80.
Over rotate right now.
God,
He's
damn,
selling
they're
entire
all
team.
there. Holy shit, dude.
Just Xander making a
And then
bit
they
of
dropped
noise.
lowers and lost 3-0 to the guard. The guard was the
And
one
now
that
Fly
ascended.
is trying to get his way back to B, but this site is going to be taken for free. Wall is going to drop. Does Fly dare take a swing? Smoke is now cycled.
Like, we can
Placing
definitely
Wall
beat those
in the
teams in a
dark
best of
cover.
5. Do not get me wrong.
Allow them to plant that
Do not get
spike,
me wrong.
and now Net awaits the perfect timing to place the lockdown,
Yes.
further delay the retake attempt from
You never
MXS.
wanna be in
There it
that
is.
scenario.
That's going to be another 10 seconds now wasted.
And what's the reflank potential here for Vic? Can he get here fast enough? All of M80 in those post-plant positions set up behind yellow. Here comes the thrash from the
Alright, he
defense.
hit the alarm bot.
He's going to be flashed out through the smoke. Fly
Aware.
looking to play off of it.
That's
Super walk
looking-
straight into the
oh, God.
operator line. And BCJ falling, though, to the mosh pit of all things.
Yeah, that's that Mosh lineup. That
Xander
shit's so good.
Playing up close here. Nismo going to fall.
Oh,
Mata's about
fuck.
to get up by yellow under
shot.
Empress. And that's exactly
Beautiful.
where you want
Let's
him to be.
fucking go. Alright.
MXS kicked themselves in this game. It's costly, yes, but it had to be done.
Peace out, Katie.
Finally finding some success in a different way, which is just playing for a full
Enjoy
retake
din-dins.
for the first time this half, as far as I can remember.
Alright.
So much of this has come down to the early round engagements,
They're low on
finding
ults.
advantages there.
We got the
But in
null
that
command
honest
built. One
retake,
off
They
pit.
play things nicely.
The null command's great for
That
like a flood
Thrash
retake.
creating some space.
It'll be
Fly
great for a
trying to
flood
make
retake.
space for the team as well, popping
This
out of
looking
that
like a
dark
TP
cover,
maybe
went
to
down
top
straight
mid.
away, but the rest of the team were able to scale a bit deeper
What are
afterwards.
these two doing
Mata
here?
getting that nice
Let me see
position at
this.
yellow at the same time as Vic to pinch everyone in B main.
Yeah, he went top. Oh,
That
it's
was
double
well
TPing. I used to
executed.
make this play all the time.
Sign
I
of
love
life
this
for
play.
MXS on defense.
Oh no!
And M80
Wait, we
spent
pinged
so
it. We
big
know.
in that
We
previous
know.
round for
Oh
the
fuck!
KoalaNoob
How do
to
we know?
rebuy that
Oh my
operator.
god!
Their economy.
They show
Good shake,
random
good
ass KO flash, dude. That's
pressure
so
on KoalaNoob.
fucking
He was
smart.
absolutely caught by that dizzy.
Holy shit, that was scary.
That opens up this part of the map entirely here for the defenders. Forces M80 to make a play for the A site. There is that Killjoy util set up, and Vic has already deployed the wall. Nismo gets across though into Nest. This is going to force Vic to fall off and play from Rafter.
Yeah, and frankly, Vic did not need to do a thing there. Flyer has the null command, wait for the team to group up. Odashima actually catches one as well, extending the advantage that they've got into this round. This should be a simple cleanup from here for MXS.
Why did I
Comeback
say
comes
that?
pretty late in the half, and if MXS can hold it down,
Great
they'll be in good
flash, good
position.
combo.
Marta dismisses forward. Santa was
Hey,
good for two
man.
by
All right,
Chen.
I love our
Can't
util
find
here.
the
This
third.
is fantastic.
Stunned out there.
We don't have
It's all left in
wingman
his
though
mode.
to defuse this shit.
He's playing well back of this, but it is in a position to watch that
Okay,
post-plant setup.
nice.
That's all he can do. Eventually, Marta going to be able to defuse the spike, and that's MXS finding 2 rounds in a row. There are only 2 rounds of this half, but it's something to play off of, at least.
Significantly better in these retake situations. But also they do a nice job of punishing that very aggro attempt from KoalaNoob early into the round, trying to mix things up. Punished for it.
He's had a rough map.
No peeking.
Again, I mean, we saw him come alive in the second half of Lotus. A lot of that had to do with the operator getting into his hands, but even on rounds where KoalaNoob has
Uber is
access
straight.
to that scoped weapon,
Uber is straight.
it's hard for him to
Yes.
find more than just the one. Like you said, even against a team like MXS who are walking up on you. Been a quiet outing for the Omen.
I mean, now forced onto an awkward buy. Buy what you can, make sure you have enough for the next type
Just double
round.
hiding in this omen smoke. I hate this.
The entirety
If they
of
were
the
here,
up.
I fucking really hope we're not doing that
This
next
play
round.
execute.
I
Contact
really
them
hope we
up
don't
close.
hide in that smoke with 2 players,
the
with 3
flash.
players way the
Hot
fuck
from
over
this
here
now.
next time. Please, God, do not let
Probably
us do
gonna
that
something
again.
About this round for M80.
Please do
The
not
best
let
thing is
that
they wanna
be
close
how
the gap
we
here.
lose this game or give them
More than
12.
happy to force MXS.
I might lose
to
my
further
mind if
retake.
that happens.
Here it comes.
Wait, did they just
Watch
miss
it
their
thrown
launch?
down at them here. This could be
Love
awkward.
that.
There's a lot of molly
Love
covers
that
on
out
the
of
side for the
them.
defenders.
Love that.
M80 not able to get to the plant location yet, and that Viper's pit, impishly deployed by Vic, who's playing from rafters here, is awkward for M80. Now they're going to plant around the outside of
timing
it,
by
and Vic was
Vic.
waiting for them. That's going to bring the pit down, but he takes a 1 versus 2 engagement, and Marta's ready to flash the rest of the team back in here from Boiler. But he stows it for a second. There's still time to play with, and here they go. Flash came out, but 1 was in response. BCJ trying to keep his head low there over the top of Nest. And Brock is ready for that angle.
Enemy remaining.
Flyer being brought down. Now it's up to Net here.
Risky peek by
Nothing but a
Mata.
sheriff and a
Holy
stinger.
fuck. It's a very risky
Shima and
peek.
Marta can walk up in this and just play a double swing if they have to.
Oh fuck.
Had Net swung, there might have been an opportunity there, but no.
Nice.
It'll be
Well
another one
played.
for MXS. Finding their spot to pivot off here and putting 3 rounds together in quick succession.
He's already lost it.
That
What's
was
up?
a really heads-up
Bananas.
Viper's Pit from Vic. The timing he had on that was fantastic. Just further deny
You almost
access
ready
to
to
the
start
site
grinding,
after
Demon?
the mollies that Odashima had littered around expired. Really well done.
When Champs is over,
Again, the retake, you can see
Your
all
boy
of
is
that
getting
utility
Radiant back.
synced up as the dark cover is
it's
fading.
happening.
Having that Leer and the Dizzy at the same time is such a tough combination for the opposite side to deal with when you have to break multiple flashes, your crosshairs going everywhere, and then you're getting swung and there's nothing you can do.
Also, they're flashes that don't affect you at all as the deploying team, which is a small matter, but definitely can be important when you are trying to line up all that util to make sure
Yeah.
you can fly effectively into the site. But yeah, even
Yeah, so
even in the
Chad's
pre-plant,
being
right?
mean
Like the
again.
stall util was unreal. Not to mention, like
So
you said, the
fuck.
Viper's Pit from Vic coming down at a great
Why is
moment.
chat being mean again?
That was even with KoalaNoob. He did place that dark cover really deep. Another one of the benefits of having that Omen are for those very deep smokes on A that allow you access to, you know, far further into the site, being able to play more forward positions that typically you wouldn't be able to if you were just running that solo Viper, getting up fighting towards screens,
Please,
for
boys.
instance.
Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going.
Heading
11
back
9.
into the game after the M80 timeout called by Happy,
more,
their
3
coach.
more.
Thrash available for BCJ. A lockdown.
I
on
was
the
trying to get
opposite
the
side
OT
for
guaranteed,
Hiroshima.
chat. That's all I want.
As Brock as well
Make
works
the
towards
comeback
his thrash,
complete.
so on the cusp of a couple significant ultimates here.
KoalaNoob might get what he was waiting for there. Okay.
Make
Punishing
me
that push out
noise,
there by
dude. He
Mata.
fell, right?
Again, we know he wants to get the operator in
You
his hands
can't
as
fall
early
there.
and as often as possible. That is big. Now the thrust can clear close here. Vic down, Mata detained. This is dangerous. Gonna have to be watched by Flyer, but he can't afford to. Spend that time looking out from
What?
heaven. Still, that double up
How did
here
he
play
find
from
that?
Nest and Boiler. Able to find 2 quick kills, and it's going to be frenzied
Oh,
fighting
1
on
on
the
2.
side itself. Hiroshima are able to get a huge lockdown here. This is going to force M80 to split.
Hiroshima and Nismo crossing mid, expecting Nismo. He's trying to isolate this fight, 1v1 and then another.
Found them. Killed my bot.
He knows.
Out of charges.
Alarm bot triggered over to the B side though, and Hiroshima realizes he can no longer afford to try and split KoalaNoob and Nismo up. So they will, as expected, join together. Hiroshima! What was that flick? Over towards the top of the container, 30 HP in a dream. M80 trying to fight their way back into the game. A messy affair over at A. Heads over to the B side of the map, and eventually Hiroshima falls. Couldn't play off his turret the way he would have liked. A close round, but M80 are 1 round away from Ascension.
That was a horrible A setup, dude. That was a horrible A setup. God damn it.
In place in B main, didn't move a muscle.
I guess. No. I'm being overly critical. They just busted out that attack op out of that timeout. But the Lear doesn't really do much for that Viper, and that Viper did fall and make noise. But I am being overly critical. It's not a horrible setup. It's just
New level. MXS have the ultimates to play with here. See if that's enough.
big opener.
Great first kill from Mata.
double openers.
Early push up
Okay,
over
3
on
on
the A side
5.
this time works out.
They're
KoalaNoob
low on
and
money
have
too.
already fallen.
Huge round.
BCJ trying to get that dizzy back. 0 point there will at least tell M80 the Flyer is embedded here on the site proper. He's more concerned about that flank potential from mid. M80 have so little map control.
Nice shot.
And there it is. That's a clean one from Flyer.
Hopefully we
They should
can
put it to
carry
bed
this.
virtually. M80 have to try to find a way to win the round out.
Died. Yes.
And they
yes.
interrupted the plant there. Wingman gets taken down.
I hope we can carry
by the
Brock's
molly.
ult through. That would be big to carry that ult
It's a
through.
save.
This, yeah, there's no other option but save for M80. Look at the state of their credits right now. Absolutely down the drain. You know, despite MXS losing that last round,
So this is
the
Oshima
consolation
trying to
for
choose
them
an
was
off
the
angle.
damage
I don't think
dealt
it's a
to
great
M80. These
idea.
rounds have
He's
been
in between
down
the
to the
tube off
wire.
angle and like
and
the
it's
under
resulted
tube
this
off angle.
late in the
Or
game.
Those are angles.
Despite
He's
M80
in the off
having
angle
won
between
so
them.
many rounds.
It ended up working out
Last
pretty well
round
for him.
gonna
He
be
got
one of
that
the
shot.
hardest to come by all year for M80. So easy to seize up here, to make mistakes when you know you're so close to your goal. There's more work that needs to be done here, and MXS are threatening a push to overtime now. A very
Yeah, they don't
clean
have
round
bomb.
that will allow
10
them to
seconds
walk,
left.
Just trying to
start
get orbs and shit.
stabilize their
Got
economy.
ult for next.
Mata wants to hunt just a little bit, feeling so confident. The star duelist for MXS, and not just for MXS, I mean, he is the star player of challengers this year. Far and away the statistical leader in damn near every single category, and it's not even close. The man's averaging 22
I was finding
kills
your
a
ult
map,
orbs
which,
for you, but
funny
they
enough,
beat me
is
to
where
it.
he's at right now.
They're one off some
Consistency
big
is
ones.
out of this world.
Placing swarm grenade.
We just gotta get through one
Corsair
round,
saved
chat.
that rifle, but the rest of the squad has to.
We gotta get through one fucking bitch round. One fucking real tough bitch of a round. It's not this one. It'll be the next one. Assuming they don't use a lot of ults
Lean
here.
little anti-eco win. They've been consistent in these situations up until this point.
Next round's gonna be
The
really
24th round
fucking
might be
hard.
the big one for M80.
Here.
Using this round to build
You're an
into it.
ISO player? You are
They'll
not
be
an
able to
ISO
have
player.
both those Killjoy and KO ultimates up then too. Pretty huge for attackers indeed. Rook here, nice little march that's going to force KoalaNoob and Zen to pull out.
Fuck,
He
nice
actually
kill,
catches the
bro.
Omen on the way through. And a devastating start to the round for
Oh my
M80.
god, he goes for more?
Audacious, but it pays
Nice.
off. He's hungry.
Oh, no.
And MXS know there's blood in the water now. They are circling. BCJ up close, tried to
Huge.
go for a wingman plant, but caught with util in his hand. And Nismo with nothing but a classic. Flash to maybe create an opportunity here, but there was none to be had. And so we go to round 24 here on Icebox.
A lot of ults on the
M80
table.
can buy for the most part. They have big ultimates online, and they'd love to close things out here.
And again, a timeout called by the TAC FPS legend of a coach, Happy.
They got Killjoy
in that
ult.
round, man.
They got
When
Viper
you see
ult.
Brock make this play,
They got KO
gets
ult.
that kill after the turret takes contact. Brother, you're in a 5v4 with Ascension on the line. They've been
This is a very, very deadly combo of ults. I mean, these two can basically be used to take either side, right? Think about the lockdown at B. Think about the lockdown at Pipes combined with a KO ult. Like, you can't counter it. They're going to get the site. And that's when this ult would come in big. And this ult would be able to basically play a post. That's, like, very effective. So in order to win this round, I think we might need to get a little active. I think we might... This would be, like, honestly a good time for, like, a heavy flank through mid. Like a triple flank. Like the old school Fnatic triple flanks. This would be a great time for something like that. The problem is we haven't done a good job of breaking like the bottom mid turret all game. So like breaking it would be such a tell right now.
Now it's time to close out this map and series if you're M80.
Looking like an A player.
Getting taken overtime at MXS. That's going to rattle you big time. You'd hate to watch that Ascension slot slide further and further out of your grasp.
Oh, that's the guy.
The ultimates are good here.
That's the guy. Don't you mistake
it.
it.
BCJ was down to 1,000 credits at the end of the last round. So he doesn't even have
so active. MXS pushing deep right now. Straight out mid, trying to catch someone from M80. They won't. Do they go?
Oh, we're going too early. We're going too early. Oh my god, it's too early.
BCJ
No.
ready for it, but the other enough players watching this cross. KoalaNoob now gets his head swung in the other direction. Now he knows. Art is going to draw him out of position here. This could be an absolute bloodbath. Okay, a lot of flash util coming out here. Can it be played off of? Fire's been inserted close. Has to have been spotted there by BCJ. Here comes an Command as well. What a ridiculous round. Fire goes low. 5 inside 2. And they've drawn so much out of M80 ultimate-wise and util-wise.
They really have. This null command was used so early. 0 point is at least going to be used over on back yellow. So M80 are aware that no one from MXS will be positioned there. They recover the util and fall back. Thrash now from Brock is re-clearing towards B. MXS actually going to get to A on time. Won't even matter. The lockdown will come in from net.
The alarm bot will let us know. Modest playing in the site, ready to dismiss this shit.
The rest of his team.
He thinks they're too far back to play in though, and he's right.
Around for a long time. Mata was hoping for something free there. Still no plant now. Viper's pit for the attackers coming down. They're going to have to plant inside of this. Odoshima's gotten some purchase here on Rifle, who's able to bring KoalaNoob down. 4 left to play off here for M80. Player might be low, but still, he can have an impact. That on top of 4 as Dispo takes contact inside the pit itself. They're trying to wrap around this Viper's pit. We have a spike down. We're in a post plant, and net falls. Fly able to spray him down, and from above, Mata found the shorter kill. It's Xander. 1 versus 3.
Fucking go, dude!
He can't finish the job.
Holy shit!
Taking this to overtime.
Oh my god!
Are joking?
Holy
How have
fuck!
they done that in the face of 3 ultimates? A huge hurdle to have to cross on that final round.
Wow. Dude, that was a very, very difficult round to win. Holy shit. They did what I wanted to do, which was like a very heavy mid play, right? They did a little bit earlier than I wanted. I would have preferred for them to like wait for like aggression on one of the extremities. But I will say their decision to back out ahead of the double flash literally, you know, won them the round. It prevented them from losing the round there and then. Like, holy shit. M80 had such a good counterplay for that. It's just,
breath here.
Honestly, we kind of scurried away.
Against TSM, they were able to win both rounds in overtime to close out the map. It doesn't get any tighter than this, though. MXS know what is at stake here.
All right, there's a new
Falling
look.
down to the lower bracket.
That's a new
Knowing
look.
that the Sharks are still circling. There are some quality teams still left in the competition. That's not a chance they want to take.
No.
Gets chewed up, spit out by Xander over that B side. Now will encroach further.
Typically, that B side of the map is Vic's domain.
They're through B, guys.
Had many impact kills there already in this game, and Mata exposed as well. Pure contact from MXS. Sure, they've gained access to the A site.
We really needed Vic to
at
get
this
that
point,
kill.
at
They're
what
so aware
cost?
because they know we need to trade things.
Hiroshima takes a glancing blow there, but it's off the paranoia. The KoalaNoob surges in. What a TP over to Crows. That is nuts. Brock able to take some contact. Was flashed, but unperturbed, apparently. And M80 get that defensive round
Crazy
here in
fucking play by
overtime.
Koala.
Huge play, I think, over on that B side. Really lightens the load for them elsewhere.
Yeah, that is everything over towards
Oh, really?
B,
That's where
and
it's going
then
for
being
M80?
aware of Mata
Oh, yeah, of course
lurking up
it is.
mid
Of
as
course it
well.
is. Fuck.
Dominance across the map. And the whole time MXS, they intended on just, you know, trying to contact over into A. It works, but they paid the price for it. The price
Okay, we
was
got this. We got this.
far too much as well.
Let's
I
go,
mean, just
chat.
no hope in the 5 versus 3. Again, backs
Don't
up
say that,
against the
Lyria.
wall.
All right,
Familiar
here's that
for
nano
them
for the
on this
turret.
map. M80 have been in control. They've been
Nano for
playing
turret
catch up.
coming in. Our same mid play. We're running it back. One more.
Let's run it back one more time here.
Don't steal my line.
Going to be MXS converging towards
Get off
mid.
my brain
This is
cell.
very reminiscent of what we saw on that last round of regulation against M80. This time, though, they don't extend nearly as far. The stakes are extremely high.
Wait.
I mean, look at the way M80 were
Wait,
posted
come
up
on,
for it
someone
this time.
fucking stay
3
on this.
players just
Okay.
lying in
The
wait,
initiators came back. Thank God.
ready to pounce. 0 point from Fly. Catches a couple towards B main. As M80 content playing this very slow early
Okay.
on.
We're looking at a
Waiting
mid
out
split
this
onto B
aggression.
here.
They've really been conditioned into thinking could come.
I'm expecting a TP
They are
up
under
top
and they have no
with
map
Koala
control.
guarding the two people
They've
that
no
go
presence in mid,
underneath.
They've got no one
but I could be
inside
very
over
wrong
towards the
here.
A side, and they're just now emerging from
No,
green.
okay, they're gonna creep this.
Still flash with a decent amount of util, and they have spotted the Reyna out towards yellow. Netno gets a play through
good
mid.
trade.
There's a good opening there. Vic does go down. They're splitting the B
Wow,
side.
they're hitting
And
some
they've got
good
1 for 1 for the
trades.
most part.
3v3.
Xana now can be a problem. Inserted over towards Kitchen, can play through this
30
dark
seconds
cover.
left.
Otoshima has to step up and handle this Viper threat. Xana's got his crosshair placed wrong, but he doesn't get punished for it now as that wingman plant goes down.
Oh my God! Oh, she was making so much
Here's the
little
drop. This is a
noises.
huge
Fuck!
Xander finds the timing.
Ah!
Hit going to go down as well. Why not?
3.
Up to Brock.
He knows
Has to
this
make a
guy's.
big play happen here. But the
We now
wingman
know
is
where all
immediately
three are.
brought down. Dizzy employed over towards yellow. They have to know where Brock is right now, and Xana's going to tuck in the corner. Flair walks into his waiting. M80 have done it, folks. They're headed to Monterey.
Damn!
They will
Congrats,
be at
M80, bro.
Ascension.
Congrats.
I mean, the reaction from them
Holy
tells
fuck.
the story. A team that have stuck together for over a year.
They deserve it. They deserve it. They
over
deserve
a
it.
year for this moment. This is what they've been playing for the last 8 months.
These guys deserve it.
They've leveled up so much over the past stage. Net joining the team, the struggles early on, trying to integrate him into their system, integrate him as a new IGL. They lost their IGL. You know, they're not starting from scratch, but it can feel like in a
Congrats
situation
so
like
much,
that, and they
dude.
climb all the way back to the top where we expected them to be at the beginning of this year.
It's a
It was
long
a
road.
bumpy, a goddamn road, but they got there.
Yeah, it's such a long road, making it through challenges into a game like that. And it takes so much pressure off their shoulders now. Yes, they're going to be, of course, in the
Wait,
grand
why are you
final
guys
of
saying Nismo
challenges,
fine?
playoffs, but that was the game. They were desperate to win, to have yet another chance, for Net to have a chance.
Oh,
to
I
advance as
see.
well. The storylines write themselves, folks. What a match to see.
This far.
Great close out by M80 with M80
I didn't
going
even
down to
see
the low
this,
bracket.
dude.
Let's head over to our panel and have them break down.
What a shot, bro. What a shot.
It was ridiculous. What an end
I didn't
to
even
that
see that
series.
shit, bro.
Congratulations once again to
Huge
M80
congrats
in
to
the
M80,
grand
man.
finals and in Ascension in overtime at
Oh.
that. And Roy winning without
All right.
a duelist.
Yep.
Chat, we still got another chance. We still got another chance. It'll be a best of 5. Like, kill-wise, we were there. We were there, dude. Look at this. Like, Mod is the top fragger in the entire server over the whole best of 3. We lost 0-2. You know, Brock right behind him. Like, dude, we had the frags that looks like it could have won the series. It's just we didn't get the moments, like the big moments, and we couldn't close this out. This was a tragedy. These starts were also kind of rough. Like we looked great on the gun rounds, but
Catching wins, catching fines, you know. But all that matters.
and then again, you could say the same for Lotus. Like we could have done that to them on their map pick. So fuck. We even had such great first bloods here. Ooh, I didn't fly. I fly out a rough one.
Yeah, absolutely. Roy hit the nail on the head when it came down to a lot of hero plays when it came to the moist.
I think I got her for DSM here. I think. Oh, dude. Oh my god. So yeah, now we're down here, chat. This year on the 30th, best of 5. So tomorrow, this is tomorrow. We will be playing a best of 5 against the winner of this game coming up next. Yeah. Fuck. I mean, the reason why this is just so painful is because they've done this before, and like it's just knowing it's like Oxygen is a team that's just such a bitch to play against. Like if Oxygen were to beat TSM and we have to play them in a best of 5, I'm not saying I don't think we can win. I actually think it'd be pretty coin flippy. It'd be 50-50, but that doesn't feel good. That doesn't feel good. A coin flip, like I don't like that. Oh, is it a best of 3? Is it a best of 3? It's a best of 3? Is this an error? Last year it was a best of 5. It's the only game on this day. It might be an error. This might be an error. Because... No, I'm not clicking on TSM Oxygen. Look, plus 3. Sure. This is a best of 5. Oh, wait. This is even a best of 3. This has to be a mistake. This has to be a mistake. I refuse to believe it. Will I do a pick'ems video? Yeah, I was actually planning on doing it today, but I'll likely do it ahead of the stream tomorrow. I gotta quickly get ready and do some things before I leave to go to LA and meet up with Lena right now. For mid-season invitational, BO3s. But that is mid-season invitational. I hope that's not the case here. Yeah, VLR doesn't usually get this shit wrong, so it's just weird to have like one game in a day and not have it be a best of 5. This is so rare to have like one game and have it be a best of 3, you know? Am I going to be streaming at 3 a.m. from tomorrow or Wednesday? What do you mean by at 3 a.m.? Like what time zone are you talking? My Valley. And my high school chemistry teacher in sophomore year said I sound like a... I don't even know what this means. She said I sound like a Valley girl. It's like, what does that even mean? I feel like she's talking shit to me. I still don't even know what that means. What does it mean, Valley accent? What does that even mean? Yeah, bro, my teacher was literally talking shit to me. I was like, that's kind of crazy, dude. Girl from the Valley in LA. I guess I don't really go to LA though. Congrats, Nismo. Congrats, dude. Huge fucking congrats. I mean, it's pretty crazy. Like, back-to-back years, literally, like, you guys are just insane. I mean, it's literally, you fucking ran it back and literally just did the same thing all over again. That's so crazy to me. Like, I always show this one just because obviously the team. But it's crazy. Like, you guys had such a similar fucking route. You beat us, you beat Oxygen, then you beat Moist. This year, you beat TSM, Oxygen, and us, Moist. So, wow. Huge year for you guys. The roster changes and everything.
Yeah, so I mean,
huge.
We
congrats.
We started the year with picking
huge
a player
congrats.
that
I know that was a lot of work.
Came back from CS, and like the last time he played Valorant, it was like Reyna Jet meta, like every map, like double duelist, and you know we were trying to catch him up, and like Nick was a great teammate and stuff. Stuff didn't work out. We were struggling. We couldn't really find our form like we did last year. Just something wasn't clicking, and then we picked up Net, and other than the first series where we only had like 2 days to practice with them, like everyone just stepped it up because yeah, we like, sorry, I'm like just so excited. I'm like losing words.
Oh,
like
I'm excited for you. All good.
we were very frustrated that we lost even with Net, even though it was like 2 days. So everybody just dialed in. We all started grinding the game as much as we can, like 10 plus hours of practice per day. We really worked hard, and ever since then, like everything started to click. And honestly, I got to give a big shout out to my entire team today. I played pretty poor considering the performances I've been putting up recently, and my team has my back. That's the M80 that everybody remembers from last year. I can have a bad series, anybody on my team can have a bad series, and everybody else can just step it up.
This guy
And that's
definitely deserves
exactly
it
what
too,
happened today.
man.
I'm just
Koala.
I'm
Love
so
this
proud of
kid.
them.
Yeah, and it was just so incredible to watch, and that's what we love about M80. Like, you guys are really a team that works together, and it was cool to see the compositions. You know, we've seen these comps from you before, but winning without a duelist is just so funny, especially for you, because we were hyping up you, especially on the pre-show. Well, what is your philosophy about not running a Jet on Icebox or Raze on Lotus, and how did that work out for you personally?
I think the reason why these comps aren't played as much is because there's a lack of flexibility in players. So there's probably just like a lot of duelists or like just any role that maybe you're uncomfy flexing into another role. My team trusts me to like do my own server work, VOD reviews, play the game as much as I can and learn my characters. And I've proven many times that I'm not just a Jet one trick like I was last year. I can play multiple agents, and my team trusts me a lot. They can literally tell me you're going Viper tomorrow, and I'll be like, okay, and I'm gonna learn as much as I can, do as best as I can, and the same goes for my entire team. Anybody on my team can flex anything, and they're just incredible players, and I'm very happy.
Yeah, just Canada's gift to Valorant as a fellow Canadian. Like, we love to see just the growth of you especially and your team, and some people that deserve to get an extra shout out, because Ned talked last week about the impact that Happy and Luke have on your team. How did they prepare you especially for such an important match, and what was the biggest takeaway?
The biggest thing is making us realize that like it's just another match. Like, to us today, we weren't nervous. We weren't like, oh my god, if we win this we qualify to Mexico. They literally just told us it's just another match.
Is
We
it
gotta dial
Wednesday
in,
night
just
or
play like how you usually do, and we'll be
Thursday?
fine. And honestly, it's such a small thing, but it's very underrated because it really makes us like put into perspective that
So it's Wednesday
like
night, yeah.
we still got a
Wednesday
long way to
morning.
go to make franchising.
Yeah,
and
I'll be there.
This is just another
100%.
team that we gotta beat on the way. And honestly, like the
I'm
way
right
they
there
do
right
stuff
now.
for us, and the way they like come up with ideas and everything, like they're just like
I
incredible.
will definitely be
They're
here
an
for the first
incredible
day of
coach and
champs.
analyst
Yeah,
duo, and
the whole
I'm
thing.
so grateful that we managed to keep them this year, because it's just they're a huge reason to our success. And honestly, like we'd be in a good spot, but honestly, they bring us to the next level, and I couldn't be more thankful for them to help me become just a better player every day.
Yeah, from like a Jet one
This
trick,
guy has
as
a
you
really
said,
good head
to
on his shoulders,
Sage
man.
and all types
It's
of
good,
stuff. Anything
good
that could be
perspectives.
asked of you, you will provide it, and you provided a dub especially, and a big congrats once again. And well, it's not your last match. Last but not least, who do you expect to face in the grand final between TSM, Oxygen,
Synchronized.
and MXS, and why?
I expect us to face Oxygen again. I think they're a really good team. They play the game very correctly. I think the way they played might stop Moist. And TSM, I think they're good players as well. And I think Moist are good players too. I think that there's TSM maybe just isn't ready to step up and beat like the top 3 of teams. But it's good to see that they're improving throughout the year. So that's good. Proud of them.
Yeah. Everyone's improved. It's been cool to, and especially like you said, the coaches coming in and calming you guys down.
Yeah,
in such
dude.
an
This
important
guy's
match.
hopping on
It
fucking
really showed
Sage.
how you guys
He
kept
was
composed
owning
through
us there.
even some comebacks that were starting to happen. But
I'm gonna do my pick'ems tomorrow,
Congratulations,
Keith.
KoalaNoob. So excited to see
I'm gonna do
you
my
in the
pick'ems
final.
tomorrow on stream.
Thank you so much.
That was KoalaNoob from M80, who just rose up to Ascension and, of course, the grand final. You know, thousands of dollars on the line, no big deal. But we still have a lower bracket to settle. There's 3 teams there: TSM, Oxygen, and now Moist Shopify. Who's going to be meeting M80? Well, we first got to settle the score between Oxygen and TSM, so don't go anywhere.
All right, guys. I mentioned it yesterday, but I could only do the MXS series today. I have to drive to LA right now. I'm going to do the raised cosplay shit. But I will be back tomorrow for the, hopefully it's a best of 5. We don't really have confirmation yet, I don't think. It's still probably listed as a best of 3. Yeah, still listed as a best of 3. I don't know how that's going to play out, but all right. Man, that's a fucking bummer that we lost, but I am happy for the boys at M80. I mean, if anyone deserves it, it's definitely like those guys. They should have probably gotten it last year, and they had to battle through a lot of bullshit this year to get back. So those guys are grinders. They deserve it. All right, I'm gonna send you guys over to Vans. He will take care of you guys for the rest of the day. And I will see you guys tomorrow as a raise, maybe. No, I'm just kidding. Probably not in cosplay, but we'll see. I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, bye.